asks? The fact is, you need Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card that makes the expense process fast and easy. The moment your team makes a purchase, Ramp handles everything. Receipt collection and approvals, the works. With Ramp, you can cut your month-end close from 5 days to 1, customize approval workflows, and get complete control over every transaction. Facts. Over 25,000 businesses trust Ramp, including Shopify and the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is why they were just named #1 in spend management by G2. Facts. Start using Ramp and you'll have more time to spend scaling your business. And that'll feel really good. Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's face it, life throws you curveballs. At Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, we help you stand tall. Whether you're facing ED or battling low T, we've got the solutions to help you regain the oomph you need. Goodwood is your partner in men's sexual wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Monday, March 31st. Today in Baton Rouge. Well, if you haven't been outside yet, look out the window and you'll see all the rain as you can expect thunderstorms throughout the day here in and around the capital city area. In hour one of today's show, we'll recap LSU baseball series sweep over the Mississippi State Bulldogs. We'll talk some LSU softball as they drop the series to South Carolina, and LSU women's basketball falls in the Elite Eight. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
They said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo! What's happening, everybody? And welcome in to a brand new OTB, the final day of March. Wow, already here it is, March 31st, 2025. And we got a ton to get to on today's show, as it was quite the weekend here in the boot. We got a little bit of everything, nearly every single sport going to be represented today. Some good, some bad, but again, we're going to have fun nonetheless along the way. I'm T-Bob Hebert. We got Jake Hester, Alondra Villarreal, and Taylor Sharp hanging out. How we doing today, guys? How you feeling, Jakey?
Good now that I got here. Please be safe out there.
It's pretty crazy
on the roads. Didn't go above like 25 on Nicholson there for basically the entire stretch. And so I think it's lightened up a little bit, but still be careful if you're out there going to school, going to work, and hopefully it'll calm down and stop raining.
Alondra, what's up, girlfriend? How are you doing? Did you survive all the weather delays and whatnot over the weekend?
So luckily I didn't have to produce the game on Saturday, but Rivers and I were going to go to it, if you remember.
Oh, and, okay. That's where the weather delay. Oh, yeah. Okay. I forgot. Yes.
So we ended up not going, and we actually went to Radio Bar.
Yeah.
And they have this little thing called Rockbot, which is basically touch tunes, but for free. And me and Rivers were just like requesting hella songs, and we felt so validated because they can like thumbs up or thumbs down the songs, and people kept thumbs upping.
Really?
Yes, and people kept thumbs upping our songs, and we were like, people like our music.
I've always known that is like something that Rivers like fantasizes about or really loves.
I was about to say, there's no two people that I can think of that would enjoy a thumbs up on their song selection than you two.
Oh, well, we were in heaven.
I had never even considered, because Alondra, I mean, daily basically that's the case here as everybody glazes her over her music selections. So yeah, those are the most two perfect people to be on the jukebox.
We took over the rock box.
And then y'all ended up staying at the game, right?
No, we didn't go.
Till 3. No, I know. I'm joking. Of course
I was
not.
like, no, absolutely
what human
not.
in their right mind would go to that game? I've been dealing
But
my
it did
family,
suck when I did it on Friday.
What's that?
I did the game on Friday.
Okay.
That kept getting delayed, so I was there for like 4 hours just waiting. Yeah, and I didn't get out till like 1 a.m. But
it's that Saturday game. I've never seen anything like it because, I was sick last week, and then it turns out my daughter also had strep, and then my flu became their flu. So
horrible.
Taylor, you'll appreciate this. I feel like I got Count Orlok hanging out in my house. He brought the plague ship over, and I'm Lily Depp, just getting deeped by Orlok all weekend long as the sickness passes from one family member to the next. But I guess the point is, Saturday night, 3 a.m., I got a daughter who's like throwing up and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I wonder if LSU ended up winning. And I go to check the score, and there's a tweet from like 30 minutes ago being like, final from the box. I'm like, oh my God, it is 3 a.m. right now, and y'all just finished playing baseball at about 2:30.
Yeah.
Anybody stay? If you stayed,
my neighbors did
in the stands. They stayed the entire time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we were talking
absolute legends.
Well, me and Rivers were like, okay, if it's like a 9:30, because we heard that the latest it could start was 11:59 p.m. right? And we were like, okay, if it's like
start at 11:59.
Yeah, and we were like, if it's like a 9 or like 9:30 first pitch, no, we're not going. But if it's 11:59. We're gonna go just for like the experience.
Yeah, exactly.
But
just to say that you did.
Yeah.
Well, Tay, what's up with you, brother? How are you doing?
Doing good. It was a nice weekend. Finally had like a mini break, but we're back at it.
Where'd you go?
We're ready to go. We just did a little staycation thing.
Oh, you went to Beta Springs, huh?
Yeah, Beta Springs, Covington area. I mean, we just it was our 2-year anniversary on Wednesday. We didn't get to do much. We were like, let's go somewhere that, we don't have to take off of work. Like, we're not out of state, but just kind of don't worry about things for the weekend. It was nice.
Hell yeah, man. That sounds like a very nice weekend, a little getaway. Roy Cannon been sick all weekend, too. I should not let T-Bop spit in my mouth. Yeah, I told you. Sorry, that was an aggressive day last day. We're feeling better. We're feeling good. We're feeling new. We're feeling refreshed. And in part because this LSU baseball team came out with a massive sweep. Obviously, we want to get into that. Softball, a weird weekend for softball. I've had a lot of people ask me how these stadiums could be next door to each other. One game enters a rain delay, the other do not. I don't have any answers for you. Do not, if you are seeking answers to such queries here, you're not going to find them. Does anybody in the room know?
My only guess would be Jay didn't want to start the game, burn the pitcher because he's not going to come back in after the long delay. Softball really doesn't worry about that.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's my only guess.
Because again, I was with softball too.
Yep, true.
I was a little out of town, obviously, but I'm following the games on my phone. I'm listening to it. And softball's in the 4th inning. Baseball hadn't even started yet. And I'm like, what the hell? But the more I think about it, it's probably due to the pitchers.
When you say a little out of town, what does that mean?
I wasn't out of state, but I wasn't here.
What does that mean, though?
I wasn't out of state, but I wasn't here.
I like a little out of town.
Where were you?
I've never heard.
I was in
Beta Springs.
You were where?
I was in Covington, Beta Springs area.
Okay.
I wasn't here, but I wasn't on vacation.
No,
it's kind of
I kind of like a little out of town too.
Yeah, it's a little out of town.
Jay's the one that's usually I don't want to use my pitcher or whatever, but I know that Friday it was Chris Lemonis. I was a little more hesitant.
I was going to say it would have been
Ace was pitching Friday.
Yeah.
Which he was actually really good, but
Pico ended up being great.
Yeah. He was DeGaio.
Rose to the occasion. He was DeGaio, in fact.
Whoever said that in the chat on Friday.
That was Avo, I believe. So again, we're going to talk more baseball, but so I don't know. So softball got their game in early on Friday, and they looked awesome. Dominated 11-3, 5-run mercy rule, and then Saturday couldn't end up getting a game in. You play a doubleheader on Sunday. Despite the fact that in game 2 you had a lead going into the 7th, you couldn't close it out. You end up losing in the 8th and then 4-1 in game 3. So out of nowhere, kind of like softball, you roll and you feel great. You look up and you lose the series.
Yeah.
It didn't even really feel like you should have or would have. But the softball team's very good. They're going to learn from this. They're going to bounce back from this. But a bit disappointing as you felt like you had so much momentum leaving Friday night, the Tia Walk going on Saturday. You had so much momentum going into that day. And then on Sunday, as Beth Trina said after the game, just felt flat. Just didn't have it all day long, unfortunately. Bad day to play 2 games when you just don't have it.
Yep, and you could kind of see it, and you could tell by, some of the stuff at the plate, and your pitchers were holding them close enough and just waiting on the bats to take over. But then even that, because you got no momentum at the plate, then South Carolina started to get some insurance runs, and then you're right, then it just turned really flat and never able to bounce back.
The LSU women's basketball team comes up with a really exciting win over NC State to make their 2nd consecutive Elite 8, only then to fall to UCLA, the very team that they had a late run against last year to make the Elite 8. It looked like they were on the verge of breaking UCLA's hearts once again. Down 14 in third, they come storming back, but despite pushing it to just a couple of minutes to play, it was one of those things where the one big play, you had a lot of big play, you had a lot of good play to get you back in there. But every time you reached that tipping point where the one big play would have really made the difference, it just barely eluded your grasp.
Yeah.
By just a bad bounce of the ball here or there, a missed shot here or there, a big 3 made by UCLA, which, you play great defense. I think they only shoot 30-something% from the field, but I think it was 10 to 24 from 3.
Yeah.
And that ended up being the difference in the end of the game. So another great year by Coach Kim Mulkey, but coming up just short to the Bruins.
Yeah, and you're right. UCLA shot the 3-ball well. That was the difference in the game, 42% for them. And as we were talking before the show, timely threes. Whenever they hit the threes, LSU looked like they were going to be on that run. They were going to maybe take over full control of the game. And you miss one at the other end, they come down, they kick it out, 3-pointer, 4-point game that you thought was going to go to 2 turns into a 7-point game. And there was a couple of those throughout the contest. And look, UCLA's been the best team in the country. When you look at who's been ranked number 1 longest, it has been them. And, that was going to be a tough task for this LSU team. And when they fought back, you're like, okay, well, maybe this is it. Maybe this LSU team is going to continue on, go to the Final Four, take down big bad UCLA, but just timely threes from UCLA is the reason they won.
Yeah, and shout out to Anissa Mara, who came to LSU seeking a championship and did everything that she could in her time here to give herself the best opportunity to win said championship, and the emotions clearly wearing it at that game. And she fell short, but I hope that she looks back on what she accomplished here with pride, because this is a hell of a year. And then who knows? Maybe Flaj will be back. Maybe won't. We'll have to wait and see. Wait and see there. The one thing that I thought was dumb though is some of these conversations surrounding will Coach Mulkey make another Final Four? What are we talking about? And what is Elite 8 not a good finish to the year now? Have we lost the plot so badly that Elite 8 and losing to the overall 1 seed in a tough battle is somehow not an incredible season? And you look at Coach Mulkey now, what have the last 3 years been? National championship, Elite 8, Elite 8. So if you're going to ask me if she'll make a Final Four, I'll say, duh. Are you stupid? Yes. And this is not like a case where maybe I'd give this conversation more credence if it was a situation where you had a coach in the past that had not gotten across the finish line.
Yeah.
Or not made a ton of Final Fours. But Coach has on both counts. So, yes, LSU women's basketball will every single year remain in the fight, and it is still incredible the amount of consistency that's been created in this program, again, in just a few short years.
I 100% agree with you. If this was a coach that just always got to this point, can never get over the hump, or even if it was a coach, Tom Izzo's fallen into a lot of this conversation. They haven't won since Mateen Cleaves and Mo Pete in that group. It's like, okay, yeah, but you're in the fight, and still I don't agree with it with Izzo, but certainly with Coach Mulkey. She just won a national championship, consistently going to at least the Elite Eight, which, as we know, is very difficult to do. They beat a 2 seed in NC State to get there. So anybody saying that doesn't know ball, doesn't know how this thing works. I mean, you're a couple of plays away from being right back in the Final Four with an opportunity. So, yeah, if there's one coach that I'm going to bet on, it's going to be Coach Mulkey.
Tom Izzo, what an interesting character, making the Final Four once again. He's got not making it, but a man who's been Natty winner, runner-up. He's made 8 Final Fours, 11 Elite Eights, 16 Sweet 16s. He's got 11 conference titles, 6 conference tournament titles. An incredible resume. But, yeah, like you said, not winning the Natty since 2000. But that's not the case with Coach Mulkey, I guess is the point there. Also, we'll talk a little March Madness as all the 1 seeds making it. It's first time since I think 2008 or 2009 I read. Only the second time since they started seeding in 79. And for all you basketball nerds out there, if you look at the Ken Palm efficiency ratings, these 4 teams, so I guess you started doing those in 96, 97, Jake, which, not to freak anybody out, but that's 30 years. I don't. Nobody likes that.
Nope.
I get that. I don't like it either. But that's 30 years now, guys.
Yeah.
It's a big sample size. All these 4 teams are top 10 all time in efficiency. So, like, it is 4 1 seeds. It is 4 1 seeds who are historically good on both sides of the ball. It is going to be an absolute battle. Absolute battle.
And there was a lot of people that were picking this to be the case. I think most of us, you picked Clemson.
No. Time out.
Outside of that.
Nope. Remember this. Remember our 104.5 survey when we answered who's going to win national championship, right?
Yeah.
Who'd I pick?
I don't remember.
Pick Duke.
Okay.
I think they have the best player, and Alabama and Auburn will cancel each other out. And Houston has too much concrete. So
you did say that.
We're close.
Florida would, I guess, be the other team.
Florida also has too much concrete.
In the conversation. I think I went 3 1 seeds and 2. I did think Michigan State was going to get there. It was going to be chalky. And I know that's not fun.
You're
it's
right.
not why we watch the tournament. I get it, but that's what this was. Because of the teams, the stat you just said, it's no surprise that these teams got there. They were clearly the best teams.
Taylor, who did you answer in that survey to win the
I put up a Duke.
Okay, what about you, Alondra?
Auburn.
Has there ever been a more Duke-feeling fan than Taylor?
I was just about to say, if anybody could pick
Duke,
I actually cannot stand the Duke Blue
Well,
Devils.
you can say that.
I believe you. I hate Duke, too, to be fair. I grew up going to UNC basketball camp.
I just can't wait for Cooper Flagg to be a Spur. He's on his way to San
Antonio.
Antonio.
I don't understand. Is y'all's record even that bad?
No,
I haven't checked him for.
They've been winning for some reason.
They actually have.
So what? You think you're just going to rig the lottery?
They've been winning for some reason because you win to play the game. Like I had to tell Hanny on Twitter last night.
I was looking at the odds, and they have like a 10% chance. Well, everybody has like 14%.
10? Oh, okay. That's a bit higher than I.
Also, my Final Four is surprisingly still intact on my bracket.
Okay. Wait, you made it then? You got them all right?
Yeah. Well, no, not all of them. No, I didn't get them all right. But for some reason, my Final Four is correct.
Wait, I'm confused. What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? But you got like the 4-1 seeds in the Final Four. Oh, okay. There we go, Alondra. Nice work. Also, Alabama.
Yeah.
It sucks. I said all my.
It's not incredibly surprising.
I was
honestly.
loving waking up and seeing all the the group texts of my high school boys and talking about how the game made them feel. You know, with that meme where SpongeBob's biting his lip.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, ooh, tell me more. Tell me more about how last night's loss felt. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's going to take many years for me to not want Alabama to lose everything. Tay, did you see T-Bot put your face on Sydney Sweeney's body?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I knew who it was instantly.
Yeah.
When
How could you
Alondra
tell?
sent it, it was
pretty hot.
T-Bot, we've talked about this. Like, as terrifying as I look
Pretty
as
hot.
your daughter, as a fully grown female,
Not bad.
I'm not bad looking. I mean, let's just call it like it is.
He's really not. It's crazy.
Although the Pixar, I'll
weird
retweet
thing.
it right now, but the Pixar all denim dad picture of me, Jake, and Alondra with the gay denim dads.
Yeah.
He
gave me gray hair.
I know.
I get it. I'm 39.
It made you. It made you somehow. The Pixarification of the picture made you gayer than me.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's possible.
It nails
but-
your head tilt though.
Hell yeah, it did. Yeah, it definitely did. Anyway, very fun weekend. I guess on the whole, unfortunately LSU, your favorite local teams, maybe not coming out exactly what, except for baseball. That's a big time sweep.
Yeah.
That they just accomplished, and now here you sit 7-2, 2 series sweeps under your belt, third of the way through this thing. Let's freaking go. Jay Johnson's team find a way. All right, I think that's where we go next. Let's go ahead. There's a full weekend recap there. When we go next, we'll get the show started, and let's talk about the baseball series. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Backed by a global brand, Janney King ensures consistent results, trust, and success for everyone we serve. Go to JannyKingCleans.com and find out how we can help you. That's JannyKingCleans.com.
Janney King, the king of clean.
Are you ready to buy land, but just not sure where to start? Then you need to call me, Tommy Marsh, at First South Farm Credit in Thibodaux. At First South, we specialize in financing rural land and offer terms up to 30 years. Even if you're buying property out of state, we have a loan program that's right for you. So when you're ready to become a landowner, make First South your first call. Find us online at firstsouthland.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB 104.5 ESPN, youtube.com/1045 ESPN, a great way where you can come hang out, get involved in the chat and whatnot. Let's go ahead and get this show started.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
Tiger Labor and Staffing provides reliable local staffing solutions for warehouse construction and manufacturing positions. Whether you need help with temporary labor or long-term hires, we've got you covered with skilled, dependable workers. Locally owned and operated, Tiger Labor is proud to serve Baton Rouge area businesses with fast, flexible service. So, if you're dealing no call, no shows this morning, you're short staffed, give them a call today. Let Tiger Labor and Staffing meet your workforce needs. All right, let's talk a little baseball. So we already talked game one, obviously, on Friday. Game two, my God, what a battle. The theme of this game to me is LSU just dancing across the coals. Constantly playing with fire, juggling knives, rip-roaring chainsaws, and yet somehow emerging out of the other end unscathed. Like, if you would have told me, or you see the final score of 2-1, and I don't think you ever would have guessed what the creation of that 2-1 looked like. I think the story starts probably with Anthony Ianson. Mississippi State obviously pitching off, and even game one had that crazy thing where all of a sudden your ace and Kate Anderson gets touched up a little bit. You got to find a way to come back, get a gritty win. You managed to do that. And then game two, the hope is, okay, well, maybe Ianson can raise his level of play and go toe-to-toe with Pico. And he did that. But man, and don't get me wrong, Pico, did he strike out like 5 the first 6 he faced? Like, he came out locked in as well. But I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm doing this rhythm badly, guys, but I just want to jump straight to the 4th inning, right? Because here's a situation where you end up loading the bases. No one is out. I think you already have the 1-run lead at this time, thanks to Pucker Up and Kiss This Baby Good Fry. Shout out Ethan Fry. But you have a 1-0 lead. You load the bases now. Then a pass ball brings home a run.
Yeah.
Second and third, 1 out. Ianson gets the strikeout. And then you have the batter not in the box in time, which ends up creating another strikeout to end the inning. Then you come back in the 5th. You get runners on the corner with only 1 out. What does Ianson do? Strikeout. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. What does Ianson do? His 12th K of the night in just 5 innings. So again, base runners nearly every inning. Super sketchy, but when he had to have the big put-out pitch, Ianson got it more often than not. It was very impressive stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he continues to miss bats and 12 strikeouts, and you said it, when he needed one is exactly when he got it. And if you look at Thursday and Friday and how they were able to handle that, I mean, we talked about it on Friday, but basically on Thursday night using 2 pitchers.
Yep.
I mean, I know you technically used 3, but we all know Cowan and Anderson did a bulk of the work there. And then you used 2 again on Friday night. Like, that might T, be the recipe for this team? That might have to be, hey, Anderson, Ianson, we need you to give us at least 5, and then we've got these 2 dogs out of the bullpen that can finish the game, but you just got to get them to the point where they can finish the game, be it, you have a lead, tied game, maybe even you're down 1 run. You get it to these guys, and we feel like we can use just 4 pitchers in these 2 situations, and that may be what they need because of the struggles of the bullpen. It's a slippery slope. You're playing with fire.
Yeah, it's a no margin of error.
It's a no margin for error,
sure.
but I mean, what Evans and Cowan are able to do, if you just get it to them, you feel like you've got an opportunity to truly close it out.
So Ianson has those crazy 4th and 5th innings that he gets out of. Then Luis Hernandez shows up. He gives you a solo shot. They made it 2-1. At the time, there was no possible way you thought that was going to be the game-winning run.
Yeah.
It's like Coach Mulkey talks about with women's basketball, right? It's just one possession. Every at-bat matters. Ends up being the game-winning run because of Case and Evans. So then you get the 6, starts with a walk. Okay, Ianson, you're done. Evans, you're in. So he inherits a man. A couple of runners end up getting in. He navigates that. Then you get to the 8th, where you walk the first, strike out 2, then you load the bases before getting a 3rd K to keep that score. A couple of near home runs in the 9th from Bear Jones and Daniel Dickinson to make it 5-1. But nope, can't get that yet. And then you get to the 9th where, again, playing with fire, you have one ball that looks like it might be a home run. It goes foul. 3-2 count, game on the line, walk. And then the 2-out ball goes all the way to the track where Stanfield catches it at the hip, Andrew Jones style, kind of hopping backwards a little bit. What a game. And just like that, LSU wins the series.
All right, so the question is and I'd love everybody's answer here, when you roll Evans out there for the 9th and then a little bit of some trouble, like you just laid out there, but you stick with him, do we think that's more of sticking with Case and Evans, or you're like, I'm not really comfortable right now bringing anybody else into this game in the 9th inning to close it out? Because doesn't it feel like if you had somebody you felt was better in that situation than someone who's already thrown 3 innings, you would have brought him in to the 9th?
That's a good point. I mean, does this team still lack a true closer?
Because we don't know. Gavin Guidry feels like he is going to be the guy that we sit here and we talk about all season long until like 3 weeks from now. Jay's like, he's out.
It's got the Chris Hilton thing going on for sure. It's got some major Zion Williamson energy where it's like, oh yeah, he's right around the corner getting better, but then like it just never actually ends up happening. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. There's not like that true 3-out come in. This guy's gonna just overwhelm you for at least 1 inning type of closer.
Yeah, because it felt like that person would have been in the game again. Case and Evans only gave up 2 hits, but you mentioned like, okay, well, man, I'm glad that was foul. Oh, man, here's a walk. Started to fade a little bit. He's dominant still in the final numbers, but the fact that he closed that game tells you, I think also they do believe in him a ton, but they're not ready to bring anybody else in that situation. Cowan, Evans, that's it.
And if they had brought anybody in that had then blown it, my God, the noise would have been loud. What'd you think, Alondra? What were your takeaway from game 2?
Yeah, my takeaway on the whole weekend is kind of I want to defend the bullpen a little bit because I know we've all questioned it a little, and they actually, when you threw your Johnny Holstaff day on Sunday or Saturday, I guess it was.
Technically, early Sunday.
Yeah,
for the majority of the game.
So Chase Shores through 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, but the rest of your bullpen only gave up 3 hits the rest of the inning, and then they had I think Sunday it was 10 strikeouts, 7 walks total, and then Saturday you had 6 walks from Ianson and Evans. So the bullpen really didn't do that bad this weekend, and I know that we've been questioning it.
Yeah.
But they only gave up 3 hits. Chase Shores is what got you 4 runs on Sunday. So I have faith in them, and I know it's going to be a little bit rocky, but they're not
Well, Cowan
I'm
and
not
Evans
as
are
worried
awesome.
about them. Yes, and I'm not as worried about them as I was before.
Cowan and Evans are awesome, and although I know as LSU fans are spoiled and we want more, and rightfully so,
Sometimes
I
you
get
gotta
it.
just do what you gotta do.
Having those two is still a great resource. Guys that can extend almost like pseudo starters.
Yeah. And 12 strikeouts from Ianson after
love to
people
see
have
it.
been kind of questioning him too is just shutting everybody down.
Again, it's crazy. I mean, I wonder if we look at the stats now, emerging on the other side, if he has better numbers than Anderson, because they were already, although again within the numbers, Anderson had been more dominant. Just on paper,
You mean like
they were
total
basically
strikeouts?
even.
Like, probably.
like strikeout to walks, like all that sort of stuff. Tay, what your thoughts on on game 2 and 3?
As far as what y'all are talking about with Case and Evans, like I kind of think y'all are right on both ways. I think Jay trusts Case and Evans to get those outs, and I don't think he had a better option. But if you go look at what he did out of conference, like this is who Case and Evans was all year long. I mean, even in some of the out of conference games, you had a 2-3 run lead with like 2 or 3 innings to go. It was Case and Evans that he went to time and time again leading up to SEC play. I mean, he was kind of setting him up for this moment. He was able to get out of it. And as good as he was, Jaden Newt was really good on Saturday as well in game 3. He kind of helped you because, like, okay, look, the rest of the bullpen and Hunt had a great write-up about it. I didn't realize how shaky it was. Ware, Rizzi, Primo, Benj, Cooper Williams, they faced 19 hitters. 15 of the 19 hitters faced a 2-0 or 3-1 count or got hit by a pitch before you got to that moment. 31 strikes, 45 balls for those guys. So as good as Newt was, it was shaky up to then. But there are guys, separating themselves. We've talked about Benj a ton. We've talked about Jaden Newt. Jaden Newt was great. So, like, your bullpen was shaky on Saturday, but Jaden Newt was able to come in and get the job done.
So very close, actually. Ianson's 58 strikeouts, 11 walks, and Cade Anderson's 61-10.
Okay.
So very, very close.
Yeah. Again,
opponent batting averages. Sorry to cut you off, T.
No, you're-
Is really, really close. I think Alondra, and you talked about this, I think on Friday. The big difference is Cade Anderson's given up 8 home runs. Ianson's give up 1. That's a big
So
difference.
again, like I know a lot of times because LSU holds himself to the championship standard, we get caught in what you don't have. But to Alondra's point, like, okay, well you have 2 good starters you feel very good about. Shores you still need more consistency out of on Sunday likely. You've 2 very good bullpen arms, and then you run into question marks after that. So it's not maybe as complete as we thought, but it's also not the disaster of last year by a long stretch.
I'm not trying to say that, like, there's no questions in it, but it's definitely not as bad as it seems.
Yeah, well, not as last year, certainly.
So some of the stats are a little misleading, I guess, and you're wondering how it. So Cowan has an ERA barely over 1, right? I mean, he struck out 36 guys in 25 innings.
Yeah,
Opponents
he's like
are only hitting
3 walks or something.
$1.46 on him. Case and Evans, his ERA is actually under 1. He struck out 34 guys in 20 innings. His opponent batting average is only $1.86. Here's the one that, gosh, you're wondering, okay, like, can you get it fixed? There's certainly something there. When you look at Connor Ware, his ERA is over 6.
Yep.
Okay? But he struck out 19 guys in only 12 2/3 innings. And opponents are only hitting $1.33 on him.
So what, he just had like one
control.
monster bad inning?
Yeah, I mean he's got 8 walks in 12 innings.
Yeah, there it is.
So that's certainly part of it. But I mean, when opponents are batting, and he started 3 games, they're only hitting $1.33 off. He's got 5 wild pitches, by the way, in 12 innings.
LSU does lead the conference, I believe, in wild pitches.
Yeah, because I mean, Ianson's got 7 of them. So something with him is there, right? If you can just cut down on the walks, which easier said than done. But there is no way in the world you should have opponents hitting $1.33 off you, and your ERA is 6.39.
Yeah. No. So let's go to break, and we'll wrap up the baseball conversation next.
Off the bench.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. That's the website. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge is the dealership right there off of Airline and Goodwood. And look, man, if you need a staff that's going to guide you and your family to the correct answers, that's All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. And whether you're searching by the type of vehicle that you want, maybe it's purely budgetary, okay? Maybe explore like a Toyota certified used vehicle where you still get great warranty coverage. Maybe you end up leasing. Whatever the case may be, the team over there at All-Star is going to find an answer for you. And remember, if you go to the body shop service center, mention OTB, you get $250 toward that deductible. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com today.
Yeah, when you go to the website, spring break coming up, summer vacation coming up. Remember, you can reserve your rental right now. Everything is available: truck, van, hybrid, sedan, midsize, full-size SUVs. Reserve today, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environment.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Welcome back to OTB. Okay, so after discussing it seems like, look, the biggest question is beyond Cowan and Evans, and maybe when one of the other guys has a good night, the problem is just too many walks out of the pen. It's control issues. And we can talk to Coach Johnson about that and the ability to fix that during the course of a year. But again, do not lose sight of the fact that this is a 7-2 in the SEC baseball team with 2 series sweeps under their belts already. These are good discussions and good problems to be having a stellar start to the year for LSU baseball.
Yeah, they're in the top half. I mean, you've got Arkansas, Georgia, and Tennessee right now that have one loss. I believe Texas is still at one loss as well. But, I mean, you're right in the thick of it. You're right there at 7-2. You've got teams underneath you that were going, that had preseason expectations to be where you're at that aren't, right? Vanderbilt 4-5. We've talked about A&M 1-8. Florida also 1-8 in SEC play. So you're doing exactly what you need to be doing right now. You are staying right there in the hunt, and you're figuring yourself out. You've been almost unbeatable at home. So, yeah, things are good right now with LSU baseball. Great bounce back from losing the series against Texas.
That's the other thing. Great response by the team, which one thing was. So what happened in this Texas-Mizzou series? Why do they both only have 7 games?
I was wondering.
Did everything just get canceled?
It was in Como.
They just canceled everything?
I guess they couldn't get it in.
Because Texas is sitting here at 6-1.
Let's
Mizzou's sitting here at 0-7.
Let's go to our UT correspondent.
I actually don't know.
I didn't know either until this morning when I was looking at SEC scores.
Yeah, that's odd.
I mean, if you remember, that happened 2023, LSU, South Carolina. They only played 2 games.
They only played 2 games, yeah.
They couldn't get it in.
They played a double header on Saturday, so I guess Friday was rained out. I don't know, Friday or Sunday.
But like T said, there's still 2 games missing.
If Georgia baseball
unless they got...
They're missing 2 SEC games. Texas and Mizzou are. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, they played a doubleheader, so I don't know.
If Georgia baseball is going to be this good,
I was watching them this weekend. They're actually.
I mean, that's the thing. It's every game they can just hit the hell out of the ball. Like they're just winning by over. Their pitching is. They put up some good numbers, but their pitching is whatever. But my God, I mean. Look at the SEC run totals. I know. Right. So they put up. Here's the Kentucky series. They put up 12, 7, 17 against Florida, 8, 17, 15. Then against Auburn, 4. Then 11. Then 9. They got Texas next. That'll be a good one to watch. Georgia and Texas going toe to toe in Austin coming up this weekend.
I don't know about the Missouri side of things. I'm looking at Texas's baseball schedule. They played 3 games in 3 SEC weekends. I mean, they have 9 SEC games. So I don't know if the thing's just wrong.
So the website has to be screwed up then. So what's their record?
Because this is TexasLonghorns.com. So they are 3.
They're 8-1 in conference.
8-1.
Okay, so they are 8-1.
8-1. Yeah. They played a Friday and then to her point a doubleheader on
Arkansas,
Saturday.
Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, all 8-1. LSU, the only 7-2 team. Then you get into the 6-3 groupings with Alabama and Ole Miss. And then you get around 500. And then, of course, the basement is Florida,
LOL.
Mississippi State, South Carolina, A&M, and Mizzou.
But everybody that comes to the plate, going back to Georgia, looks like 1980s college baseball. Like Pini Cavilla looks like he's getting up to bat every time for them. And it looks like the bat is a toothpick in his hands.
like him,
Yeah. Kirk Gibson.
Here's the deal, though. Georgia's got to get better uniforms if they're going to be good at baseball. Their uniforms look like practice uniforms. I hate Georgia.
The black ones?
Yeah.
With just the G?
Everyone that I've seen.
Looks like batting
Georgia,
practice.
Yeah, they all look like practice unis. Like, come on now.
I do like the seats that they have that are like under the.
I haven't noticed them.
Did you see it, Jake? It's kind of like
the ones that are
on
behind
the same
home
level
plate?
of the dugout. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like those.
You don't remember seeing those a couple years ago? Because like Kirby Smart was back there watching a game, I think against LSU. And he was back there, and the camera was like just kept finding Kirby Smart back there.
Anyway, so there's your SEC standings. All right, when we get back, let's wrap up hour number 1 of OTB.
Off the bench.
Guys, go to Pelican Roofing, baby. If you want South Louisiana's most trusted roofers, you want Pelican Roofing. The website is pelicanroof.com, where you can check out over 500 of the 5-star reviews. This is from Yelp, Google, Facebook. Google reviews just cranking through the roof. And look,
and if you went through the roof, Pelican would fix the roof.
Raise the roof. Yeah, I mean, if you do go through that, is true. But again, yeah, look, right there on the website, you can actually text them. You can set up a quote. You can use the instant quote tool, where you just put in your address and they use satellite imagery to give you a ballpark. But remember, No matter what the case is, they have dedicated employees at every single step of the process to make sure that they are on top of your job when you need them. Go to Pelican Roofing, PelicanRoof.com.
Yeah, like T-Bob mentioned with the reviews, I mean, you can actually see some of those right there on the homepage. You know you're going to get the best work in Baton Rouge, in Lafayette, offices in both PelicanRoof.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand.
Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on. I'm talking.
Welcome to the 7th ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. Go TB. Did anybody watch it? And look, we still got a ton of sports to get to here, but anybody watch anything good over the weekend? New episode of like Lotus last night. I watched A Complete Unknown randomly.
Did you like
on
it?
Saturday. I did. I
loved it.
I thought Chalamet's performance was very good. I almost think it's a credit to Bob Dylan that he actually has a life that is somewhat drama-free, that the main conflict of the movie actually wasn't that big of a deal. Like, I didn't realize
side
no,
pieces.
it seemed like, no, I mean, dude, I told my wife, I mean, you can't, like, the second you lay eyes on Bob Dylan or Chalamet as Dylan, like, you know that dude is one of those artists that needs new relationships to almost feed the muse.
Yeah.
Like, he is never going to stick around.
Absolutely.
He is going to ensorcel you and then move on. No, the main conflict was just like him wanting to play,
Oh, music
the,
that he did.
the electric guitar.
Yeah.
Versus like just continue to be traditional folk music.
I love the Johnny Cash cameo. Well, I guess it's not a cameo, but I love that he's in it. Because have you ever seen Walk the Line?
I've actually never seen Walk
the Line.
Who plays Johnny Cash in this movie?
I don't know.
I don't know, but he does a good. It's only a couple scenes. He does a good job there.
But you know how in A Complete Unknown they're writing letters to each
Yes,
other?
yeah.
And Walk the Line, Johnny Cash is like, oh, I just got this letter from Dylan. So it's like a callback to Walk the Line because it's the same director.
I mean, two of the best. Oh, is it really? I didn't realize that. Two of the best songwriters too ever. But like, I guess that's the difference is in Johnny Cash's life, you have massive drug use and jail time and really bad relationship. Like Bob Dylan's was just a little more like a little more chill, I guess.
Yeah.
So like it was all well acted, really well made, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I don't want you to create conflict out of nowhere, but the main conflict of the movie was relatively low stakes.
Yeah.
It was just like a music festival that just didn't want electric guitar played.
Yeah.
Because when it ended, I was like, oh, that's the end. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
All right.
They just wanted the folk music.
That said, it got me listening to Bob Dylan again for the first time probably since high school, and very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Anybody else see anything good?
Oh man, I have great intentions to see stuff, but long weekend, a lot of baseball for the Hester crew. So I hadn't had a chance to sit down. I was asking you like during the break, like I've gotten one episode of White Lotus down. Is the juice worth the squeeze? And you said it is, and so I'm gonna buy in. I've watched season 1 and 2, so I might as well.
I literally made myself watch it just so I could understand the Walter Goggins meme, which is very funny.
He's a legend. I love him.
Yeah.
I love him in everything he's in.
Goggins is on fire right now. He's having a big moment.
Even like Major League Back to the Minors back in the day.
Oh, I've never seen Major League Back to the Minors, but Goggins is in it.
Yeah. He's like the bad guy.
Damn. When did Major League Back to the Minors even come out?
Probably 25 years ago.
Damn. Tay, you got 10 seconds. See anything good?
No, I'm seeing Working Man this weekend, though. Excited about it. Jason Statham.
Of course.
Working Man.
What's a job?
What's a job?
It's probably those lines are in that movie, and you know what? I'm gonna sit there with my icy and
No
popcorn
doubt.
and enjoy the
and
hell
I'm gonna
out
know
of
what I'm getting into, and I'm gonna enjoy all 90 minutes of it.
Yep.
Working Man. What's a job? Hour 2 of OTP next.
Off the bench.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac. Our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Monday, March 31st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 80. In hour two of today's show, we'll talk some LSU football, some New Orleans Saints as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number two of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo! What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. OTB, hour number two, rolling right along. I hope everybody's having a great day today. So we broke down a lot of baseball, hour one. In case you missed, you go check that out. Also, softball, after a dominant beginning, dropping the last two, so they end up dropping the series. LSU women's basketball with a great win in the Sweet 16 and then falling short to the number one overall seed in UCLA. In the Elite Eight, coming up just short there. And we have a Final Four on the men's side of the bracket. We also got some LSU football news to get to, as well as some Saints as well. One thing we did not mention, shout out to Derek Curiel. On base streak up to 29? Keeps it alive barely in game number 2. And then in game 3, it leads, no doubt. So Derek Curiel continuing to somehow keep every game he's played in college continues to find his way to base. Really, really incredible stuff. Remember, guys, if you want to get involved, youtube.com/1045ESPN. Hit the like button and get in the chat there. All right, I think we opened this hour talking a little March Madness as the Final Four is set. It's all one seeds for the first time since 08, second time since 79. As we said, if you look at the 30 years of data in which Ken Palm rankings have been kept, this is 4 of the 10 most efficient teams that they have ever analyzed. And it's no surprise here. It's pretty much all the teams that everybody was choosing to win the national championship. So before we look at what happens next, what were y'all's biggest takeaways in how these Final Four teams got here?
Houston's defense is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, it has
Tennessee
been
to
all
15
year. But
points in the first half. Yeah.
And then, you're led by a fifth-year senior and LJ Cryer at point guard. They're going to be a tough out. Are they the most talented team top to bottom? Probably not, but I mean, they play hard. Kelvin Sampson's a great coach. Like, that team's going to be a tough out.
Yeah, so you want to talk about 3-D? Houston, easily with the most efficient offense in the entire country. Also leading the country, making nearly 40% of their threes. Like, you're not like, that combination is going to push you very far. I don't care if you have the most NBA talent or not. Like, if those two things are true about your team, yes, you're going to find your way to the Final Four.
Well, I mean, my cousin, Emmanuel Sharp, if he keeps shooting like he is, like him paired with LJ Cryer on the perimeter, that's a good duo right there.
Jake, as our resident in-house March Madness expert here, how did your picks end up over the weekend? What did you think about the journeys that led these teams here?
So like as far as like betting picks, I think I was 2 for 2, or 2-2 the last couple of days. I tried to go SEC with Tennessee because the SEC had burned me trying to go the other way, but spot on with the Auburn game. I had Auburn covering and it going under. I thought Tennessee would score more points against Houston. Houston's got the number 1 defense in the country, so they showed that. And Tennessee had been scoring a lot of points. I thought it would continue. It certainly
15
did
points.
Not 15. I mean, only 50 in total in the game. I mean, that is well under their average of 74 per game in the regular season. So both days, I think I was 2-2. So whatever. Didn't lose money, didn't win money.
Okay.
We'll see if we can get back on track here coming up in the Final Four. But as far as like overall thoughts of what we saw, Taylor said it, Houston's defense certainly a story. The Auburn Tigers, they're a little bit of the too gritty to be pretty team. It's not always going to look the part, but they get it done every single time. And we'll see if Broom's he's injured and certainly was gingerly coming back into that game at the very end against Michigan State. I think Florida has been battle tested, which I think is going to really help them out. They did it against UConn. They came out, they blew Maryland out. Then, look, they were down. I mean, it looked like they were going to lose that game against Texas Tech. I almost just turned it off and forgot about it. And I turned it back on. I'm like, what the hell happened here? And they got a lead. Didn't they almost covered the game, which is wild.
I want to say they ended the game on like an 18-4 run.
I mean, they were down double digits. And then, like I said, I turned it on. I'm like, oh, my God, I almost won that game. They almost covered. Those kind of games, T, in this situation, those are the kind of things that can put you over the top, right?
Yeah.
In that final momentum swing that you need. And I want a Florida-Duke national championship game. I think those are the two best teams in the country.
Yeah.
That would be a fantastic basketball game. You've got two of the better players in the country in that contest. And so I think that would be the best matchup. And look, we're both offensive guys. I want to see offense. I appreciate what Houston does. I love the fact that they can buy in. It is 3-D. That is who they are. That's who they're going to be. But I want to see a wide-open national championship game. I'd love to see Florida and Duke in the contest. And, I mean, Duke housed. They have housed some really good teams. I mean, Arizona was a 7-point game. That game never was in doubt for the Duke Blue Devils. They housed Baylor. They did it to Alabama as well. Duke's playing as good as anybody in the country right now, even over the Florida Gators. I think this is Duke's tournament to lose, but I want Florida Duke in the championship.
Yeah, and look, if defense, an old cliche that's going to be put to the test, defense wins championship. Well, what happens when Houston's defense goes up against the most efficient offense in the entire country in Duke? That will be very interesting to see. Do you agree with this? I was reading from at least one expert this morning. I can't remember, somebody at The Athletic. I should have logged his name, but basically saying that, look, all four of these teams are obviously incredible, but saying that Duke is a cut above given their NBA talent. Because Cooper Flagg's clearly the best player, but even beyond that, they have the most NBA players on this team compared to their peers.
Yeah, if you're comparing, so Auburn and Florida, they've got players that could be considered national players of the year. Houston's got, one that just not in that conversation, but he's a top 5 player in the country. But in the NBA, they're probably just guys.
Yeah.
No disrespect to their game. They're going to play professional basketball, but Duke's got the dude. And they've got multiple dudes that are going to be longtime starting NBA caliber players. So I would agree with that assessment. It doesn't always win national championships, certainly. Like, we have seen very talented teams not do that. But also the mentality of Cooper Flagg, like, to play in the first-round game against Mount St. Mary's when a lot of people were saying, why are you playing this game? He's playing the game because there was uniforms.
Yep.
There was officials.
Yep.
There was fans.
Yep.
There was teammates. There was a coach on the sideline, and there was a tip time. That's why I played the game.
Yeah, and it's a tournament.
I am so sick of, like, why would you do that? What about your future? Your future is now. You signed with Duke basketball to play for Duke, and when you're healthy enough to play and there's a game, you go and play it. I say the same thing about, like, tanking in the NBA. No, you're a professional. Are you? The Pelicans are supposed
Pelicans won last
They're
night.
supposed to miss that shot at the end? Are you? No, you're a professional. You have a job to do. It's to bust your ass for the full game to try to go win the game, right? You can argue, is it smart? What do you want them to do? Lay down? Like, no, the roster's not great, but those players are going to play hard. Same thing. That's what sets Duke apart, is the fact that their NBA guys only care right now about what's best for Duke basketball and not their professional career in a couple months.
There's a very interesting Pat Bev video that made the rounds on the Duke's coach Shire.
Oh, it's so good.
Last week about how basically Shire was a killer back in his playing days. Like, people come all over see him play. He'd go 1v1 with anybody. But when did he end up getting poked in the eye? Was it the G League?
No, it was with the Heat in practice.
I think he did say it was like summer league.
Yeah, it was summer league.
Yeah.
He ended up getting poked in the eye going legally blind, and so it took away a playing career. Otherwise, you'd probably all know a lot more about him.
Well, the cool part about
that
it
video
was,
is worth playing if it doesn't.
I agree. Let's check if it has cursing.
Yeah, I'll find it. The coolest part was, like, I mean, we know how good, like, basketball in Chicago is just because there's so many players. And he was talking about, like, he's like, John Shire was the most popular basketball player in Chicago, and he wasn't even from Chicago. He goes, people in Chicago would get on a bus an hour away to watch John Shire over the talent that was in their backyard. I mean, it was really cool.
So, oh man, Taylor, I thought I had a question. I had something I was going to set you up for, and now I'm completely blanking on it. Final four set, though, going to be a great one. Looking forward to this finish. I mean, here we are at the end of the year, and all the best teams, right? The ones that experts have all pegged as the best are the ones who remain standing. So while you did not get Cinderella, you will have a champion that has gone through a tougher path and a more well-deserving champion than just about any other year when you're talking about when this thing filters to who is eventually left standing. Oh, you know what's something I haven't allowed myself to go to because I don't want to get my hopes too much up? Like, what are the Pelicans' hope of getting the first overall pick? Like, what's the numbers right now? Like, should we be excited or to sag for flag?
I mean, they got a shot.
Poop for Coop is what we're saying
Poop
over
for
in
Coop?
San Antonio.
Okay. Again, I feel like y'all are doing a little bit of stolen valor here, and like you already have Wemby. You're gonna be you're just fine, and you're not even that bad.
No.
What's your record compared to the Pelicans right now?
I don't know what it is actually.
But yeah, Taylor, look like how close are what's the
right now? I got it in front of me.
Okay, what we got?
Utah right now 14% chance. Washington 14% chance. Hornets 14% chance. The Pelicans 12.5% chance. The 76ers 10.5. Brooklyn 9. And then San Antonio's 8th actually was 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
get
think I was
out of
looking
here
at an old
with
one.
your 12%.
It was 10.
Alondra,
I said 10.
enjoy your 6%. Okay,
That's
dude.
because they don't know obviously how the season's going to finish
Yeah.
out. That's why you have so many teams with the same number. So 12.5% chance.
Well, isn't it like a grouping of the bottom teams all get that equal percentage because they try to disincentivize tanking?
It's like 4.
Only all it means is that you have more teams all trying to get into that grouping.
Just do it with do it like every other sport. Whatever your record is, that's what it is. That way you don't have, like you said, 6 teams trying to tank at the very end.
Yeah, but then if you just do it flatly where the worst team gets it, I mean, in a sport like the NBA where you can get a Cooper, I mean,
nobody's playing back-to-back.
You would see
they don't anyway.
Owners literally hire trained assassins to shoot their best players' kneecaps out from under them.
So team number 4.
We need Cooper Flag.
Yeah. Just like we needed Chris Paul and Anthony Davis and Zion Williamson.
Hey, this one's different. Okay? This one's going to be different,
So I
guys.
guess you want to be obviously in the top 3. That's the 14% that we talked about. So it does drop to 12.5%. And just keeps going down, obviously, from there. So
I'll take 12.5. I get 12.5.
Could do a lot worse.
Could do a lot worse.
I'm not rooting for anybody to tank a game.
What were your odds when you got Zion?
Not the best. You were definitely not in that.
You were like 4th or 5th.
I want to say you might have been in that like 6% grouping. Like I want to say the Zion pick was real lucky. Which
I mean, Utah and the Wizards are going to have worse records than you do.
Yes.
Utah's 16-59. Washington is 16-58 right now. Charlotte is 18-56. You're 21-54. So
21 wins. Hey now, come on.
See, I don't know that you can get into that 14%.
No, 12% is fine. That's gonna be where you where I think you would hope to end up. I'll say this. At a time when the Pelicans are raising ticket prices and telling some people they can't renew their season tickets, yo ass is better hope you get that first overall pick, because that will be the golden savior ass ticket, because otherwise there's just no justification for what you're doing.
I still can't believe that that's the move that they're just thinking it's going to be a good idea.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Saints too, raising ticket prices. Yeah. All right. When we get back, though, let's go ahead and talk some LSU spring football, some names starting to stand out. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Hey, guys, told you about All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. You go see them today. Remember, if you need a body shop or service center, you mention Off the Bench when you go in, and you get $250 towards that deductible. And it's open to all makes and models, okay? Doesn't have to be Toyota, doesn't have to be from All-Star. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com today.
Yeah, when you go to the website, know that you can buy new, obviously. You can lease, you can rent. And the thing I would say in the lease situation, the rental situation, is everything's available. So you don't get that anywhere else, right? You might get like 3 options to lease, one of like each category. When you're renting a vehicle, certainly not going to get your choice of everything that's available, but that's exactly what you get over at All-Star. So if you've still got spring break, if you've got summer vacation coming up and you need something bigger, need something better on gas mileage, whatever the case might be for you, your family, whatever your needs are, they're going to be met. So go to the website today, get everything reserved, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac. Our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome in. I haven't heard this song in a long time.
This was the radio bar vibe.
Oh, hell yeah. I've been getting down.
I don't think I've been there since we all went for my birthday like 3 years ago.
So we agreed that you would love to hang out there.
Yeah, we went for my birthday like 3 years ago.
It's always been very chill and vibey, I'd say, when I've been there. Welcome back to OTB. I want to talk a little LSU spring football here. And Hunt Palmer has a good write-up on LouisianaSports.net talking about 3 names that have stood out through 2 weeks with a couple of weeks remaining here. And I do want to get into the names because they're interesting. But one of the names brings up a larger conversation that I also want to have here. Okay, and Hunt writes about Chris Hilton, Jack Pyburn, and Deshaun Spears. Spears interesting. We just talked about him on Friday, so this is furthering that conversation. Of course, Jack Pyburn we've talked about as well thus far. Complete psycho Cro-Magnon looking jawline.
Blake Baker did confirm he's up for meathead of the team.
Yeah.
As
I
well.
mean, with that, you know, we've seen the mic'd up videos, of course. But then the first name off the list for Hunt is Chris Hilton. And this is exciting for a couple of reasons. We all know. We've talked about Chris Hilton a ton on this show. It's a guy who I believe you're probably a win better last year if you have Chris Hilton. Maybe even 2 wins better. Like that's how thin the margins were on last year's team. Mm-hmm. If you have Chris Hilton, I think you probably play in the SEC championship because you were very close. Remember, you beat Florida, and you're in that game. So of course, Chris Hilton's doing well. Look at how he finished the season, and he was dominating camp last year and everything. So that's great to hear on Hilton. But here's my bigger question. Do y'all believe that Chris Hilton will be wide receiver 1? Because Nick Anderson is the other name in here as another guy that's a huge body that 2 years ago at a redshirt freshman in Oklahoma had 10 touchdowns, looked like he was on path to be one of the most complete receivers in the entire country before he ends up getting hurt last season. And when you think of Hilton, we do tend to pigeonhole him as more of a speedster and a deep threat, but is he ready to evolve his game to do a little bit of everything and claim that coveted LSU football wide receiver 1 title?
So here's the exciting thing. I think because you have so many players in that position room that have already shown at the collegiate level that they can dominate games, whoever is receiver 1 is going to have earned receiver 1. It's not going to be given to them. Like you talk about Nick Anderson, did it at Oklahoma, Barian Brown, what he did at Kentucky, what Aaron Anderson did here a year ago, how many big moments he had. Chris Hilton, certainly at the end of the season, what he did. I mean, Xavier Thomas is somebody that you're certainly going to use within the offense as well. So there's so many different weapons. Now, the best part about all these receivers, T, is they're all different for the most part, right? different body sizes, different skill sets. And so you do have a lot of speed, but you have it in different ways. You got some quickness with Aaron Anderson as well. And we saw him finish, some of those in the end zone, like against Texas A&M. And so whoever it is going to have to go out there and take it. You're not going to have to just like give it to somebody just because. But right now, you look at Chris Hilton, he has every opportunity to be that guy. I do think he is more than just a straight line, run a go route and go get the football. I think he can give you more than that. He's got to show he can be consistently healthy. Yeah. That's going to be a big part, because I know that a lot of people want to pigeonhole a guy like Aaron Anderson. Oh, he's just a slot guy. Okay, that does not mean anything to me, right? Some of the best receivers in the NFL, where did they do most of their work? Out of the slot.
Yeah.
Okay, so the game has kind of changed there. I love the mentality of Aaron Anderson as well. So, don't let his size, don't allow him playing in the slot to trick you. He absolutely can turn into your go-to number one receiver within this offense. Like, I truly believe that. I think he can run every single route. I think that you can give him the ball now at the line of scrimmage, and he can make guys miss, turn into that returner. So it's up for grabs. I don't think there's anybody ahead of anybody right now, but in a good way, because I think they're all showing you that they can give this offense something, and something a little bit different than the other.
Yeah, and you can argue that Anderson at this point would have the most rapport and trust with Nussmeier over the other receivers, as you sort of saw a little bit with Hilton last season, certainly, but we haven't seen it with Nick Anderson. We haven't seen it with Barry and Brown. And Xavier Thomas is almost less of a receiver and more of just let's have him help out in a lot of different ways, right? Like, they'll line him up in the backfield, they'll hand him the ball, and rightfully so. He's a guy who you want to get a few valuable touches a game.
And I've kind of had this conversation with different people around town. We're talking about the LSU offense, and I kind of bring up Aaron Anderson kind of like I just did, and they kind of, you could tell, like, take a step back, like, Aaron Anderson? I don't think people realize he was your leading receiver a year ago. Like, I'm not sure people realize he led the team at 884 yards. He had more than Kyron Lacey. He had more than Mason Taylor. He had more than C.J. Daniels. He was your leading receiver. He had 5 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah.
So don't just put Aaron Anderson in this category of, oh, he's a nice slot receiver. We can use him in these two situations. He almost had 1,000 yards a year ago. He can be a 1,000-yard receiver in the SEC. He's got that kind of talent.
Taylor, I can see you chomping at the bit to hop in here. Who are you? Where do you fall on this wide receiver one conversation?
So it's so funny. I know a lot of people say, well, you have to have a wide receiver one. Maybe on this team, I kind of disagree, just because so many of these guys can do everything. Like, if you ask me who's going to have the most catches coming into the year, I'd probably say Aaron Anderson.
Yes.
But there's a chance Hilton has more yards because he's a deep threat guy. There's a chance Nick Anderson has the most touchdowns because he's a red zone mismatch. Like, I think all these guys are going to be used in different ways. Trey throws a wrench in there just because he's been playing more out wide in spring, which I'm not surprised about. They really like Bauer Sharp, as that traditional tight end. So, I don't think it really matters. And, we talk about, okay, well, Hilton has speed. Can he become that every down receiver, across the middle? He's going to have the opportunity because last year he was kind of your only deep threat. You got a lot more guys. You got Barry and Brown coming in. Jelani Watkins, who we'll get to in weekend winners, he just ran a 10.1 in the 100-meter at LSU track meet over the weekend.
Jeez.
That's a guy, he was undersized last year, so he didn't play a ton, but that's a guy who's probably the fastest guy on the team right now, maybe even more so than Barry and Brown. So Hilton's certainly going to have the opportunity to do it, but I don't know that it matters. I don't know if it matters if you have a wide receiver one, because Nussmeier likes to spread the ball around anyways.
If this offensive line is good, this will be a top 5 offense in the entire country. And I mean, when I say good, I mean good. I don't mean great, but if they are good, if they can be from a pass blocking perspective, if they can be 75% of what they were last season, and admittedly, you'd want them to be a bit better in the run game, and really you want the run game to improve overall from a design and calling standpoint, just top to bottom. But if this offensive line can be good, Nuss returning with these weapons, again, you should be a top 5 offense in the entire country.
One of the good things, and I know there's a lot of people that, what Taylor just said, you don't really have a true number one, and they kind of use that as a negative. I do think that you can spread the football out, and it can be somebody different in different situations. And as we look at last year, Aaron Anderson, 884. Kyron Lacey had 866.
Yeah.
Mason Taylor had 546. CJ Daniels had 480. So that's what you did
It's going to be similar
a year
to
ago,
that.
and you had a very efficient offense. Here's what you have to pair with what we just said: the ability to run the football when you want to. Like, that's the thing that you have to have. It ain't a receiver one. You can have four guys that go out there and have over 500 yards receiving. You just have to be able to turn around, hand the ball off, and be positive in the run game way more than you were a year ago.
That's true. That is the main. What's the word I'm looking for? What's like a weather vane? Whatever. That'll be the main factor that decides the ultimate potential of the offense. All right, there's a good cut for the YouTube video, Taylor. But if we want to talk about the other guys that Hunt mentioned, he mentioned Chris Hilton. He mentioned Jack Pyburn. Look, obviously, Pyburn already last year, 60 tackles, right? So known as a true run edge defender, and now trying to prove that he can be more than that. And being a part of Kevin Peoples, going to the school of edge of Kevin Peoples, who we've already seen what he's been able to do in terms of taking guys and growing them. Pyburn becomes very exciting for for that potential.
Yeah.
Also, it appears to be he appears to be a great locker room guy as well, which I think is probably maybe a bit rare when you talk about guys you're going to get out of the portal.
Yeah.
Not because guys transfer character or anything. Whatever. It's just hard to come into a new place, kind of establish yourself as a leader and as likable. But it seems like Pyburn's done that in a short amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard me talk about T-Bob. I was, a veteran in the NFL. I go to the Broncos locker room after being a Charger my entire career. And I was like, oh, I'm a rookie again.
Mm-hmm.
And I was 5 years in. Because that's how it feels. Like, you got new faces. You're trying to learn something new. They've all been there. You feel like you're behind. But you're exactly right. Like, I went over to Pro Day, and who was he with? He was with the Weeks brothers. And they're all walking around, chatting it up. Walks by BK, gives him a little fist bump. I mean, a little bit, right? See ball, hit ball. But he came to LSU from Florida because he wants to show that he can get after the quarterback. You mentioned the 60 tackles. Last year, he was third on Florida's team.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you had a safety and a linebacker ahead of him. Not oftentimes as an edge get 60 tackles in a season. So that is something we know he can do. Now he wants to improve on only having a sack a year ago. That was his thing in the portal. He wanted to be in on third downs and show that he can have the ability to get after the quarterback. And so he chooses LSU. We'll see if he does actually get that chance. And they kind of had this last year. Yeah, Savion Jones is somebody that, like, he was kind of your edge run defender, and Swinson was somebody that he got after the quarterback, but Pyburn wants to show that he can be the guy. So, who lines up, on the other side of him, certainly something to pay attention to, but he came here, and it feels like for the right reasons, to bet on himself and prove that he can be somebody that he has not had the ability to show. So is it Patrick Payton on the other side? Is it Gabe Relaford? Is it Butler coming over from the transfer portal? We'll have to see that, but what you have with him as far as an edge setter.
Yeah, and to his credit, you already feel like he's a starter, like you're saying, a starter and an every down player, which is, if you get a starter and every down player out of the portal, that is a thumbs up. It's like NFL free agency. You get a player who's better at that position than you were before. That's kind of the baseline way to monitor or judge whether or not you're making effective moves. So I would say that Pyburn hype continuing to build. And then a guy that we talked about the other day, Deshaun Spears, who, credit to him, Blake Baker said, look, nobody's been on Deshaun Spears' ass more than me, because I know he can do it. And so last year I was all over him constantly, 24/7. And yes, well, the last time we saw Deshaun Spears last year, it left a bit to be desired. This is a young player. He's got great size, 6'3", 205. He's really big. If you can make it work, and all reports are that he's starting to flash some of that consistent playmaking potential there, Jake.
You need him to step up as much as probably anybody. I don't want to maybe say on the team, but certainly on the defense.
Yeah.
Because as you take a look around and you see where everybody else is, we just talked about the defensive line. You get a couple of transfers in that are both seniors. They have been through the fire at Florida State. You pair that with a Gabe Relaford who played a ton as a freshman. You feel better about the defensive front. You got Don McKinley. You got Ahmad Bro. You got Jacobin Guillory coming back. So you've got a lot of experience there. We love the linebacker room. Absolutely love where it's at right now. You don't like your corners. You feel pretty good about your corners. You got Cooley coming over to play nickel. It is all about the safety.
Yeah.
Strong and free. Can Jordan Gilbert, now that he is fully healthy, he had a shoulder the entire season, can he be the guy that you brought him in here to be? Can Deshaun Spears take over the strong safety role? He has to. See, there's just, if we're being honest, there's just not a lot behind there.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it is a very, very thin position group of experienced guys, and Spears doesn't have a ton of experience.
No.
You're betting on potential. Now, Jordan Gilbert does have experience. Let's see what he does fully healthy. He struggled at times last year. I don't think that's hard for us to say. So Deshaun Spears taking over that safety position and playing at a high level is probably the most important thing on your team.
Go to K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living, guys. KtoZBlinds.com. It's KTOZ Blinds.com. And if you want to take either the interior of your home with the correct drapery, shades, blinds, whatever the case may be, or the exterior, you want some some shutters, maybe some drop down exterior shading for the grill outside, like Jake's got at his home. Just touch of a button. Look, the bottom line is you have Brandon Barton and the team out to your home. You get that complimentary estimate where he lays out, okay, here's how the sun interacts with home every given portion of the day. Here's what the options are. And they're going to take your home to the next level, both aesthetically and functionally. Also, remember, we got complimentary installation once you decide to go forward with the project, and all price points. So it's like if you're in your home of your dreams of never moving again, or a starter home that you just, want to improve, want to make it a little more comfortable, make it your biggest asset, invest in it, right? Either way, you want KTOZBlinds.com. That's K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. All right, more Off the Bench when we get back.
Off the Bench.
Also, want to remind you about our friends at Boudreaux's Electrical, guys. If you want a Generac home generator, Boudreaux's Electrical are your premier Generac dealers here in Louisiana. Been family owned and operated since 1982. When you work with Boudreaux's, you are a VIP, and we mean that. We stay on top of your system with 24/7 monitoring to make sure that it's there when you need it, right? I mean, that's the entire point of this thing. Now, to prove the extra mile they'll go to for their customers, they've actually been out in the eye of hurricanes, cutting down trees to get to a system to make sure that it is good to go. We have great financing options, low as $159 a month. So if you want to protect your family, keep the lights on during storm season, you want a generator from Boudreaux's Electrical, go to Boudreaux'sElectrical.com.
That number here in Baton Rouge, 225-300-9389. Over on the North Shore, 985-397-1562. That's Boudreaux'sElectrical.com. More power, more protection.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website, LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net, powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime. At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Back from the break, where the sports talk gets real. Kinda. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Eric Knockwin says, should have come out of the berm the softball game, T-Bob. I wanted to, but again, flu and strep throat ripping through the family right now. And real maturity is realizing that although you have cabin fever and you're going insane because your wife worked 2 weddings over the weekend and it's just been you and sick kids locked in the house for 48 hours straight, real maturity is not bringing them to infect other kids. So,
I mean,
you're welcome.
T-Bob's been in the trenches, fighting the good fight. It's been going on for about a week now.
Just a crazy weekend of just coughing. Then like coughing to the point where you throw up. No like stomach bugs, just throwing up from the coughing.
Yep.
A lot of fevers. Just a lot of like them laying around and asking me for stuff. Wife's been out of weddings. Thankfully, she's avoided the sickness. Kind of, I don't know how. We'll see. She may be cooked. Who knows? But I know. I missed everybody at the berm. I would have loved to have been at the berm. Probably would have won if I was there, you know. So I apologize.
Just apologize to Beth on Thursday.
I will. I'll apologize to Beth on Thursday. My wife did, though, before my middle one, or no, before my oldest one, I'd really gotten sick Saturday morning. Took them to go see, they went and saw the new Snow White movie, which, granted, I don't think there were a ton of people there. So, whatever.
What does she think?
Or
did she have like a thought on it? Did she say,
and also she is blissfully ignorant of all of the surrounding noise.
Okay.
Knew nothing about it going in.
Okay.
None of the drama, no anything. And she was like, look, it's pretty good. I'm like, you know, she's like, I mean, it's one of the live action Disney movies, so it can only be so good.
Right.
But basically saying that Rachel Ziegler was, you know, good Snow White. Song's pretty good. Story interesting. They kind of fleshed out the story of Snow White a bit. But that it was fine. Maybe not as good as like the new Little Mermaid was, because the new music wasn't as good as the new Little Mermaid. But yeah, so not that.
You loved the new Little Mermaid, didn't you?
I've never actually seen it. I thought the two new songs. I've listened to the album
songs.
a lot.
I've heard you talk about.
No,
it.
the new songs are actually bangers.
It's
Wild Uncharted Waters is a banger. I will sing that full out. But
the music's key.
Favorite song from a Disney movie
ever?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, that's.
I don't know. A soundtrack for me would be Tarzan.
You little Phil Collins boy, huh?
Tarzan's a good soundtrack.
Everybody should be a Phil Collins.
That's a good soundtrack.
I mean,
I would say for me, it is Once Upon a Dream from Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
Is probably my favorite one ever.
Definitely going to go Frozen. Was many times you've talked about enjoying that.
No, there's a lot of great. There's a lot of great. Big Summer Blowout.
I guess
my favorite thing ever.
But I guess like favorite and like best. That could be different. Like my favorite is "Remember Me" from Coco.
I know. I
song.
love that one.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
It's a great song. I mean, I Can Go the Distance in Hercules is an absolute banger. Hercules has some of the highest highs, but also some pretty forgettable lows.
He's a Tramp from Lady and the Tramp.
I mean, we could.
Love it.
I don't remember.
The Tony
I haven't
Bennett.
seen Lady and the Tramp like forever though.
It's one of my favorite, maybe my favorite Disney movie.
I really liked it growing up. I've not watched it recently. I did show my kids Goonies for the first time this weekend.
You guys.
And
What'd they think about
Did you
him?
tell one of them like, "Hey, that's you"?
They
That's
were
like my
kind
favorite
of,
thing to do.
They were kind of scared the entire time, but
Aw.
but I'm like, I mean, when did we become so soft? Like, it really reminded me that the 80s were a better time about expecting kids to rise up to the level of the movie as opposed to condescending to them with all just like rounded, padded edges and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's stakes here. There's dead bodies. There's gunshots. There's the SHIT word, quite a bit actually. And I loved it. And they emerged out the other side and they really liked it too. But yeah, it's a little dark. It is a little scary. It's a little, Fratellis are a little crazy. It's fun. I've seen that movie hundreds of times. Probably actually the movie I've seen more than any in my entire life. So I was very excited to show them that. And they thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Even though I've still never seen the octopus scene. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, because I thought I had seen it, but then I was like, no, I think I like gaslit myself into thinking I saw it.
Yeah, there's that quote.
Because wasn't it like I haven't seen the Goonies in forever, but isn't there a scene where like the pirate ship?
And at the very end, Data is talking to a reporter and starts talking about this octopus they ran into, which doesn't happen in the cut of the movie.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, it's odd. Chunk's normally the liar. But no, apparently the original cut had this octopus scene when they come out the slide right before they get to the pirate ship and they cut it. I don't know why, but I've never seen it.
Well, it's weird that they cut the scene, but they left the line in at the end.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like, it does, it's like,
does it really matter?
It doesn't really matter, but it has become a piece of Goonies lore that I've thought about way more than I should.
BuzzFeed actually did the top 70 Disney songs. Does anybody want to guess what number one was?
Let It Go in Frozen.
Okay, that's your guess. Bob?
I am going to go Once Upon a... No. What's the Snow White one? Or not Snow White. What's the Cinderella song?
So This Is Love. That one.
Yeah, maybe so.
Okay.
Mulan, I'll Make a Man Out of You. Or what is it called? Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Mulan
Number
Reflection.
one, according to BuzzFeed, top 70 Disney songs is Circle of Life from The Lion King.
Oh.
Okay, pretty strong. Give me the top 5 real quick.
I'll Make a Man Out of You, number 2.
Let's go.
From Mulan.
What?
Shout out to Alondra.
That's awful.
Be Our Guest, Beauty and the Beast,
Okay,
number 3.
yeah, that's top
Colors
5
of the Wind, Pocahontas,
Yeah,
number 4.
I got no problem with that.
And Part of Your World, number 5, Little Mermaid.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, I really think I think
You've
Reflection.
got a Friend in Me, number 6.
I don't understand. I think Reflection from
Toy Story,
Mulan.
You Got a Friend in Me?
Yeah, it's number 6.
Are we putting that on there, even though it's
Pixar?
That's what. Well, this.
Yeah, because it's Disney Pixar. I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I understand the
Yeah.
parameters of the list. Yeah, I think Reflection's better than I'll Make a Man Out of You. Everything else there, I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Reflection is actually a song that'll make me cry no matter what's going on if I hear it. It's insane.
I'm trying to see. I don't even see. Ooh.
Where is Let It Go on there?
I just guessed that because the movie's so popular.
No, that's what, yeah.
No, guys. Again, "I'll Make a Man Out of You" is good.
Let It Go's 15.
But for me, Reflection's the better song for Mulan.
Remember Me is 17 from Coco. Almost
really
There
good
from The
song.
Princess and the Frog. 20.
Where's Once Upon a Dream?
What's that from?
I know you. I walked
Reflections
with you
27.
once upon a dream.
What about Bare Necessities? I love that song.
That was like in the 50s.
Aw.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
The gleam in your
A lot of Mary Poppins on this list.
Okay,
Oh,
we don't
that's
need it.
true.
Like, I know it's Disney, but come on.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I done got him started.
Humdiddle-humdiddle-I. I love Dick
Okay.
Van Dyke's.
all right.
I love Dick Van
Let's-
Dyke's accent in that movie.
Holla.
Oi, hey, what's that? I'm a chimney sweep. It's kind of
Dick
like,
Van Dyke's still with us, right?
hell yeah.
Yeah,
he
he's
is.
old.
Great.
Yeah.
He's like
Good
for
100. I
him.
think.
I think like the paparazzi's still out there getting pics of him.
All right.
boy, Dick Van
Closing hour 2 to be next.
Off the bench.
Go to trashrangers.com, guys. You need somebody who's going to handle your trash pickup. You want Trash Rangers. And if you're a business owner anywhere in the listening area, Trash Rangers, we got your back, man. As a local business, we understand the variable needs of being a local business, and we can meet them. You want front load dumpsters emptied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 days a week, we got you. If you need a big roll-off dumpster for a giant project, 15, 20, 30 yards, again, we got you. So go to trashrangers.com today and make the switch.
225-363-9053. That is the number. Like T-Bob said, 3 different sizes of roll-off dumpsters to choose from for your project. They'll make sure you have the right one. TrashRangers.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. Go TB. Hour 2 wrapping up here. Still got a lot to get to. Real quick on some LSU recruiting. LSU named a finalist for 2026 quarterback Bo Bentley. Hell of a quarterback name again. Uncommitted guy from Texas. LSU's getting the final official visit in June. And the other finalists are Oklahoma and Georgia. So be on the lookout for that.
Is he related to Jake Bentley? I don't know if he is or not.
You were asking the wrong person.
I don't know, but remember Jake Bentley, South Carolina, Utah? He was like all the rage, but like he could never, ever stay healthy.
Am I seeing Once Upon a Dream anywhere on this list? Oh, number 60. Huh. Okay, BuzzFeed. Yeah. There's a reason why nobody likes you.
I was about to say, they have like notoriously bad lists.
Yeah, which is funny because that's their
whole thing.
Deal?
Yeah, it's their whole thing.
Their whole thing.
I used to be obsessed with
I mean, I guess the other part of this list, though, is there are just so many bangers.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Crazy. Still some odd inclusions, but yeah, shout out. I guess shout out Disney. Whatever.
Where's the Bruno song on that list that you sang for a year?
We don't talk about Bruno?
Yeah.
Let's
it's got to be
see.
on there. That was very
They
popular.
have, it comes in at number 30.
Okay.
Yeah, We Don't Talk About Bruno was definitely.
Yeah, so it just confirms my belief that Coco's the better movie.
Drink Coco and Encanto.
Coco's good.
Maybe so. I just hate Mexicans. So, unfortunately, that's.
Y'all should hear how he talks to me off air.
Why do you think Danny left?
Just a big old Mexican racist. So that's why I don't like Coco as much. I apologize, guys.
That's why
I can't be racist. I watch Instagram videos of Mexican wives cooking for their husbands every day. Okay?
That's true.
That does do that.
That does give you the pass.
Thank you very
much. I don't know
much.
that gives you the pass, but he does do that.
Thank you. I think you'll be happy to know, Jake. I'm pretty sure there's a big Coco movement going on some of the theme parks. I'm not entirely sure.
They're going to have a second one.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so that would make sense then. That would make a lot of
it.
sense. All right, hour 3 coming up, guys. We got weekend winners to kick it off. Get your winners in the chat, and we'll get to them next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
You work hard every day to pursue a life you love. You put in the time, and it shows. You're forging ahead, chasing a dream, creating something better for the ones you love. You're building your own life. So why not build your own tractor? With John Deere tractors and attachments for almost any need, the Sunshine team can help you do just that. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, Our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioneer Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Suite 200A, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 70806.
Need an oil change and tire rotation? Take it to TRICARE and get $25 off your bill. That's right, $25 off our oil change and tire rotation combo when you come in and say TRICARE Tuesday.
Seasons change, but the challenges stay the same. Pollen, rain, and heat can wreck your car's finish. A ceramic coating from K Falls Auto Detailing is the only way to protect your car, and our seasoned ceramic coating experts will have your car looking brand new. Visit kfalls.com. That's KFALUS.com.
Hey, it's Hunt. Come see me at M&L Industries off I-10 in Siegen Saturday, April 5th from 8 to 10 a.m. for Kubota Orange Days. You can enjoy food, fun, test drives, and exclusive Orange Days discounts on Kubota equipment. Trust me, you don't want to miss this.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Monday, March 31st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 80 in hour 3 of today's show. We'll have weekend winners at 9 a.m. Then Devin Snowhops on the show at 9:15. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 104.5ESPN.com. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, 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 yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome to hour number 3 of OTB. T-Bob, Jacob, Landry, and Taylor hanging out there real quick before we get to weekend winners. Remind you of our friends at Tommy's Winners Doors and Siding, GEAUXTommys.com, GEAUXTommys.com. That Hardy Plank Vinyl Siding, wood or vinyl windows. You need any type of door. You want energy-efficient options that save you money and pay for themselves over time. You want lifetime warranties. You want Tommy's Winners. 8 years now of the Angie's Service Award. That goes to places that provide spectacular customer service to their customers. There you go. Tommy's Winners are at GEAUXTommys.com. All right, let's do a little weekend winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We gotta keep our composure. We've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do.
What's that? Win the whole thing.
I don't love starting here because I actually don't think I have very good winners this weekend. In fact, my first one's just very random, but it's something that I saw that kind of triggered me. But shout out to Dyson Daniel, former New Orleans Pelican, another guy that you let go, just set the Atlanta Hawks franchise record for steals in a season. So Dyson, the latest former Pelican, to continue to prove that once you get out of New Orleans, your career thrives. Anyway, who's next? Oh, yeah, weekend winner. The Pelicans at one lesson.
He also has the third best odds to win NBA Defensive Player of the Year.
Tight. Hell yeah. Let's go.
So,
why'd you get rid of him?
Because you're the Pelicans. Weekend winner, the LSU Shreveport Pilots baseball team.
Okay.
Let's go.
They beat Texas College in a 7-inning baseball game, 42-4.
What?
LSU Shreveport,
gosh.
LSUS. Shout out to the Pilots. 42-4 after scoring 16 in the first, 3 in the second.
Wait, are they number one?
They're usually really good.
Well,
So,
like LSU Eunice, they're awesome as well. Normally,
Yeah.
like they've won championships.
yeah, 42-4, and didn't even hit in the seventh, by the way. So 27 hits.
So in 18 outs, they put up 42 runs.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And won 42-4.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, dude. I mean, what's going through your head when you step up to the plate and it's 32-3? Like,
chip away.
Like,
Chip away at the lead.
Well, like, no, I even mean for the
32-2 because Texas scored 2 in the top of the seventh.
I'm saying for LSU.
Oh, yeah.
What is going through your head when it's 32-2 and it's your turn to bat? How do you muster up the effort to try to get a hit?
Well, okay, but
like at a certain point, I just go there and be like, all right, whatever.
My motivation then would be to like set and break a record that nobody else can break.
I guess
What
so.
about the flip side of things, T-Bob? You're on the opposing team.
God.
Look,
I mean,
you're down 30 runs. Your coach calls you and is like, "Hey, like we got a bunt here. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna stand here. I'm not bunting. I'm not doing any sort of strategy.
Yeah, I'm not taking that bat off my shoulder.
Yeah, like I'm standing here.
Let's just get this game over with already, please, for the love of God. So it was LSUS, you said?
LSUS, yep.
Shout
LSU
out, baby.
Shreveport,
Let's
the
go.
Pilots, 3-1 great. Where I finished school.
Oh, no, okay. I didn't know that.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
After I retired, I was living in Shreveport. Yeah.
Did Ben McDonaldson play for LSUS or LSUE?
LSUE.
Okay.
Yep.
Shout out Ben McDonald, always a weekend winner. Also, aren't the Orioles good? So actual weekend winner, maybe? Okay, Alondra, you got some MLB winners and losers?
Yeah, but I also have a college baseball one that I'm going to hit first.
Okay.
And I have thoughts on it, but I'm going to let y'all decide. Y'all tell me who y'all think the weekend loser or winner is here. So Texas A&M and Kentucky played this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Mangione and Michael Early are the coaches. Mangione, so Kentucky's up 10-5 in the bottom of the 8th inning. And in college baseball, maybe they have it in football too. They have like a curfew where you can't start an inning past 4:30 on Sundays due to like travel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which I think it's stupid, but that's besides the point. So it's 4:28. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. Kentucky's up 10-5 over Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Nick Mangione, so they're like kind of letting the pitch clock run out a little bit, and then he'll call time.
Yeah, they're playing.
Like,
He's
so that
trying
they
to extend.
don't
He's
start,
trying to get the game
right,
ended.
Taylor, if you want to start playing the video, you can. Michael Early, he did not like this at all. He starts getting upset with Nick Mangione and kind of like talking to him through the dugout. So you'll see here, they're kind of running the pitch clock out a little bit. He keeps looking for checking for the sign, looking for the sign. Oh, I don't have the sign. And then they'll call time too. And then Michael Early gets very upset and starts yelling back and forth with Nick Mangione. At the end of the game, yeah, you saw it. They're like,
I love how it's like there's a minute left, but also it's 84 degrees.
Yeah.
So, not wanting to get the 9th inning started basically because they're up 10-5, and this really upset Michael Early because he, I guess, thinks that they can get up 5 runs in 1 inning.
With no one on base.
You can.
2 minutes.
You absolutely can.
Well, no.
You
Once you
absolutely
start
can,
the
but
inning, you play it out.
You can, but you
So
can't
they don't have
if
to
you're
get-
the
they're not gonna
Texas
stop
A&M
the game
Aggies
at
and you're
4:30.
1-8 in SEC play. So he gets upset, whatever. And then at the end of the game, there's another video I put in there, Taylor. At the end of the game, Michael Early is like waiting for Nick Mangione at home plate. And to me, okay, I'm going to let y'all decide before I tell you what I think. But look at him waiting for Nick
Posted up,
The
dude.
most
He wants to
unintimidating
fight.
person in this world.
He wants to fight. So they never got. So the ninth inning did not start.
The ninth inning did not start. Kentucky wins the game and obviously the series. Texas A&M 1-8 in SEC play.
Oh,
so
that is actually
former LSU pitching coach Jason Kelly as well. But so yes, y'all. I want y'all to tell me who you think the weekend winner and loser is, and then I'll let you.
I think the weekend winner's Kentucky for playing to the rules. I mean, you're playing to the rules. It's not illegal. Also, like, you're down 5 runs.
It can be illegal, but also be a hoe move.
It is. 100%.
It is absolutely.
To her point,
that.
it's a stupid rule. Yeah, it's a stupid rule. We're going to use
So
it to our
go over
advantage.
like, what's the rule again?
You can't start an inning after 4:30 p.m. on Sundays because of like travel and stuff like that. That's
that
the rule.
rule's a weekend loser.
Yeah.
That's
sure.
the big loser for sure.
But still, Mangione, I mean, I don't fault him for doing it, but it's a hoe move.
Yeah.
Hoe move.
I agree. Yep.
Okay,
However, him
I think
standing
two
on
things
home
can be
plate
true.
is like.
Yes, two things can be true.
I think two things can be true at once. I think Nick Mangione, I think that could be a hoe move, right?
Yes.
I obviously, like, I'm a little partial to him. I kind of like him a little bit.
Yeah, I do too.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
with Mangione.
and I think Michael Early's a loser because,
Well,
yes,
he's 1-8 in the SEC.
because of that, and also, yes, you can come back 5 runs in college baseball. You cannot do it if you're the Aggies. I really fully do not believe that they could have got 5 runs in a half inning. So doing all that talking and standing on home plate like that, waiting for Nick
And then you don't say anything.
When
When
your
you don't say
team is ass, like you can't, you're wrong at the wrong. You're mad at the wrong person. Your team is ass. Why are you? I don't know. I don't think that you can act
back
big
there and then it starts a run for them.
Yeah,
or
what
something.
if?
Okay, that's fine, but like
What
also
if?
he stands on home plate. First off, looking super awkward, not tough at all. Then they come shake hands. He doesn't even say anything.
I know.
He's standing there waiting for him. They come shake hands. He does nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to say something.
Also, he
at
coaches
that
for
point.
Texas A&M, so like permanent weekend loser, Michael Early.
Just forever a loser.
This is a rare Schrodinger's winner here where they are all both winners and losers simultaneously.
Yeah.
Like everybody involved. All right, who's next? Tay-Tay?
Yeah, so weekend winner for me, I teased it a little bit earlier. We were talking about the LSU wide receiver room. Weekend winner for me, Jelani Watkins. They had a track meet at LSU over the weekend. This is the 100-meter. So the new collegiate leader in the 100-meter in the college opener this weekend is one Jelani Watkins, 10.01. He actually tied in this race. He is tied now for 10.01. Just blazing speed. We had heard about this coming out of high school, and I mean, it is shown up in multiple
so
ways.
what's like an Olympic 100-meter time?
I mean,
just under 10, right?
Yeah,
Like sub
9.8 typically. I mean, 9.7. Here's the view here. You'll see him. He's right in the middle. You'll see him pulling away at the end. I mean, these are collegiate sprinters.
Throw
You
that
see
man the
Jelani
ball.
Watkins right there. I mean, he's just
Get
look.
open.
He's 5'8". He came in about $170. I mean, he was just a little undersized. Like if he can bulk up a little bit, like that guy has some potential. So weekend winner, Jelani Watkins.
Shut out.
What's crazy is he looks like it's just so easy for him.
Yeah,
Like,
the best sprinters usually are that.
For the breasts? What you
that too.
About?
Freudian slip.
Did we not have those too?
We do have breasts.
Yeah, y'all
Can
do.
you milk me, Greg?
Anything with nipples, T-Bob.
Can you milk me? You want to try Tay-Tay?
Yeah, sure. We can do it during break.
Anybody
down for
else
pretty much
weekend
anything.
winners before we circle back to MLB?
I had a weekend loser.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Weekend loser. So there was a fight between the T-Wolves and the Pistons.
yeah.
The weekend loser part to me is the teammates that were just sitting there and kind of watching. You go back and Bussin' with the Boys put up an angle like from the crowd's perspective, and there's so many teammates that are sitting there like looking at the action going on, allowing an assistant coach to, air quote, hold them back. I'm like, what? Nas Reed's on the ground, your teammate. You better go in there and get him. And some of them were, but some just sitting there and like looking around and trying to assess the situation. The situation is you better get your ass in there and get in the fray.
Yeah, you can't. I mean,
You
come
can't
on,
be
dude.
sitting there watching.
No, you can't be watching. What are we doing
Tay-Tay's
here?
about to pull it up. This is the crowd view that Jake was talking about.
Just watch. Like, okay, Rudy's like, oh, yeah. And then you telling me Rudy
I
Gobert.
know your big ass.
Yeah, you telling me Rudy Gobert, an assistant coach right there, is going to hold him back? Look.
No.
You better get in there. It's like, especially at this point. Watch. He starts pushing Nas Reed's head down. No. We gotta get back in that.
Weekend loser, Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like the 4th time he's done this, but like, he's not that good of a player. Like
He did LeBron, right?
Yeah, he's the one that went after LeBron, but then he like started like throwing hands at the refs when they were trying to pull him back. He had 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists in this game, but he did get ejected for fighting. So shout out Isaiah Stewart.
Oh man.
We had a special
It's a
teams
Tony
coach.
Snell level.
Oh, y'all know him, Rich Bisaccia.
Yeah.
If something like that happened and you didn't get in on it, like you were not going to play special teams
So
in
Rich
the
got over
next
y'all at
game.
the Chargers one time for something like that, huh?
Yeah, we played the Ravens, and we had one of those, and it became a thing where everybody kind of jumped in. There was one guy that was kind of sitting there watching, and he got off all 4 special teams the next week.
That was always the funniest part about football fights to me, are the ones where you didn't even really have the passion for the fight, but you knew, okay, I guess I got to hop in here now.
You had to. That eye in the sky is going to catch you, bro.
Okay, here we go. Like you run in and just start swinging. Like an
Ours
idiot.
was the Ravens, so I'd fight the Ravens.
Hitting helmets.
Today as a 39-year-old washed
We never
up
had a game
athlete.
fight. It was only ever practice fights.
Oh, we
What
always
was
fought with
it-
the Ravens.
What was
though.
it about the Ravens? Because, I mean, they're not division rivals. You
It
know
was
what
just
I mean? Like-
we were both really good.
Okay. That's what I mean. That's what
and
I figured.
honestly, with the Chargers, we kind of had their number.
Mm.
Now the Steelers had ours. That's why we could never get over. But we had the Ravens. Like we had some kind of mental edge over them. I don't know what. Them and
Not
the
the
Colts
uniforms.
both. No, they always look great. Whoever their tailor is, perfection.
Alondra, give me your MLB weekend winners and losers.
Yeah, opening weekend, we've got a few winners and losers. The Dodgers, to nobody's surprise, are 5-0 starting the season.
Imagine that.
Padres 4-0,
Yeah,
Cards
they beat my Braves all
3-0,
four
and the
times.
Yankees are 3-0 as well. Yeah, unfortunately, Jake, your Bravos are one of the losers.
Yep.
0-4 on the season so far. And listen, it's 162 games in the season. It's fine. Brewers 0-3, Twins 0-3, and the Detroit Tigers coming off a good run last season, 0-3.
What about my Cubbies? Where they at?
Let's see. The Cubs are
They've
2-4.
I knew they won one game. Yeah.
Yeah, they're 2-4.
Tight.
I have
Third in the Central, in El Central.
I have one more weekend winner, but I have to address this
What is
Hunt
this
Palmer comment in the
smirk?
chat. Jake was talking about how one guy sat out and was pulled off of special teams because he didn't fight. Hunt Palmer said, I'd be off special teams. So shout out to Hunt for saying that he would not join in the fight.
To
and he would
nobody's
be off of
surprise.
special teams. So we
Jesus
appreciate
Christ,
your
Hunt.
honesty, Hunt Palmer.
I don't. That's never mind.
My last weekend winner is going to be Paige Becker.
Smart by
So,
Hunt. Not my fight, dude.
the UConn women's basketball team dominated Oklahoma 82-59. But out of those 82 points, Paige Becker's 40 points in that ball game. So weekend winner, Paige Becker's.
Oh, also, I guess Haley Van Lith, weekend winner.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, taking TCU to the Final Four. I know it didn't work out at LSU. I feel like people always, outside looking in, try to paint a lot of animosity between the two sides. Now, maybe Van Lith does have animosity towards LSU. I don't know. For whatever reason, it just didn't work out between the two parties. But pretty incredible to see Van Lith go to the Elite Eight with 3 different teams in a row and now lead TCU to the Final Four. Also, weekend winner, the comments that Flage had about Kim Mulkey, basically kind of dispelling all of the narratives that the world at large wants to put on KCM.
Yep.
Versus, or CKM, excuse me, versus who that woman actually is.
Yep.
Which is the realest of real ones. I thought somebody's going to bring up the Yankees bats. No?
I mean, sure we can. They've got these torpedo bats, they're calling them. The sweet spot of the bat is a little thicker than the rest of the bat.
Instead of the bat being at its maximum width at the top and tapering all the way down, like bats have always done forever.
Yeah.
This is thinner at the top.
Yes.
Bulges and then tapers back down, which apparently a lot of people.
Maximizing the sweet spot.
Yes. So apparently a lot of people seem to think that it was illegal for the bat to bulge out and then come back down. That like it have to start at its biggest and taper.
Yeah.
But that is apparently not actually written
No.
in the in the rules.
Yeah.
And what, they hit like 17,000 home runs?
17,000, I don't know what it was, but Jazz Chisholm uses it, Volpe uses it, Belly uses it. Somebody else does, but I don't remember who it was. But only a handful of them are using
Aaron
it.
Judge said they were asking why he didn't use it. He goes, "Have you seen what I've been doing?"
Yeah, Judge.
Yeah, like I'm not thinking I'm gonna mess
using
with
it.
this.
Like, I don't think I need it.
Yeah. But yeah, they're with the rules. So unless they change them, then I don't really know what you can do about it.
That's just wild that all of a sudden in baseball somebody's like, "Oh, we're gonna change the shape of the bat,"
Yeah.
and it's not illegal.
Aaron Boone says that they're maximizing the margins to win.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Undefeated. Aren't you a Yankees fan, Alondra?
I like the Yankees.
Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were really bad for a while there. And now they're pretty good again. Shout out Aaron Judge.
Oh, sorry. Did I has TCU not made the Final Four yet? Did I give them
No, I thought they won. Or no.
Yeah, but are they going to the Elite Eight?
Oh, I don't know.
Nookie says TCU, Texas, and UConn, USC tonight. See the final two women's Final Four.
Yesterday was
Okay,
the first day
I
of the
apologize.
Elite Eight.
Yeah, so
I
Carolina,
apologize.
UCLA are in.
It's on me. All right. When we get back, let's go to our guy hold the mail. Keep it locked. 2B.
Off the bench.
Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. Gordon McCurdy Injury Attorney is there for you when you get into an accident. And look, that's never a great time, right? It's a time that sucks for multiple reasons. Not the least of which is when you feel like you are due compensation and these big insurance companies try to use their vast resources to lean on you and make sure that you do not receive your just recompense. And that's where Gordon McCurdy Injury Attorney comes in, okay? He's going to fight for you to get you what you deserve. And if you don't believe me, you can go to getgordon.com and you can see past results from former customers. You can also see the different cases that they handle. You can see your local hometown attorneys. And so first thing you do, you get accident, call 888-8888 or go to getgordon.com. They'll get in touch with you immediately. Also, remember to follow them on social media at Get Gordon, where you see a lot of great content with your favorite athletes, members of the G Team. Get Gordon, get it done today.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. Whole team on wild.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge.
Back at it, where sports talk meets pure chaos. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Welcome back to OTB, guys. Scott says, I've been going down a big 30 seconds to Mars music rabbit hole. It's not fair that Jared Leto looks that good and can sing too.
I thought it was Leto.
It is. At least that's how I've always said it, but I changed now because how Dev says it. Dev says Jared Leto.
Yeah, he does. You're right.
Wonderful Parish accent. And it stuck in my head.
That's fair.
I can't kick it.
I always forget that he's from here. I'm
Bossier City, Bob.
I'm gonna have to text a buddy of mine I went to college with. His name's Seth Leto. So I wonder if there's some relation. I'll have to find out.
Probably not, but
Probably
maybe so.
not.
Thanks for telling us that, Taylor.
I mean, the amount of crap that T-Bob brings up and he gets mad at this.
Oh, now he's salty.
I'm not mad at you, dude. I'm not mad at you. I'm just making fun of you a little
Leto's
bit.
not a common name at all. And
I'm just making fun of you a little bit.
Does he live a little out of town?
Maybe so.
There is a handful of Letos in Shreveport, though.
The thing is, that's like a lot of people think that, from out of town, they hear Hebert and they're like, oh, I know an Hebert or you. And it's like, actually, Hebert's the most populous last name in Louisiana.
I feel like Hebert is way more popular than Leto.
Yeah, sure. I agree. Look, you ask him.
And I'll let you know.
And you can rub my face in it to the point where I get pink eye.
I'll probably say no.
If you end up being correct.
He'll probably say no.
Exactly, yeah. I know.
I mean,
great story.
There's a chance.
Let's do a little Tay-Tay NFL story of the day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
We know that the Green Bay Packers about a month ago proposed to ban the tush push. Well, guys, that actually has support within the competition committee. We know that the competition committee is going to meet a little bit later on to discuss rule changes as they do every offseason. Apparently, they had a meeting Sunday afternoon. Two sources described this meeting as a back and forth, and it was heated regarding the proposal to prohibit an offensive player from pushing a teammate who was lined up directly behind the snapper and receives the snap. They didn't want to call it the tush push. That's the tush push to a T. So obviously, General Manager Howie Roseman is not happy about this. Matt LaFleur did not speak publicly, but of course the Green Bay Packers were the team to originally bring this up. I have a real problem with this, not just because of the tush push, but if there's something that's well within the rules that a team's good at, are you just going to ban that as well? Just because it gives the team a quote-unquote unfair advantage? Nothing in the rule book says you can't do this, and everybody's going to say, no, it's for player safety. Okay, show me the higher number of injuries on this play than other plays, because I promise you there's not any. So I don't really understand what they're trying to get behind in terms of this needs to be banned, other than the Philadelphia Eagles are good at it and it's hard to stop.
Yeah, I look, man, I know we've adjudicated this on this show before, and it's everything that you just said. You're just specifically nerfing Jalen Hurts for some reason.
Yeah.
Again, it's not. I have trouble buying this idea that it's an exploit until I see every team do it, and every team do it successfully. Right now, this just reeks of jealousy and butthurt. and I hate this. I think this is so weak. I still don't think it's going to go through. I know that we're hearing that it's gaining support, but I still feel like I'd be surprised if it goes through. Though again, maybe not, because isn't that what the rule used to be?
Yeah.
That you weren't allowed to push people from behind.
You couldn't aid the runner. Yeah.
For what it's worth, there is some support for Philly. Like it doesn't name the source, but it says someone in the competition committee meeting says this is not about player safety. It's just a different play that looks a little bit different, and people are freaking out about it. Like that's exactly what it is. I don't really see like what their answer is. Like, why do you want this banned?
Because you can't stop it.
It's hard to stop. How about this? How about play better on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down and don't get them into 4th and 1?
It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. They're doing the thing that every fan base has yelled at their team that they want them to do every time it's short yardage.
But now that you're doing it, they don't want you to do it.
Yeah.
What if we put in a rule that was like, hey, not every team has a mobile quarterback. That's an unfair advantage for you. Lamar's only allowed to run 10 times a game.
Well, Patrick Mahomes,
it's an unfair advantage.
How about when you do that dancing up the sideline thing, you get spotted at the point where you started pretending to go out of bounds? Or there's a million rules that you could just try to target.
No more no-look passes for Patrick Mahomes. No, it confuses the defense too much. No more.
It's just crazy. I think it's so soft.
End?
Brett says tush push only works if your QB can squat 600 pounds like Jalen Hurts. Yeah, exactly. He's like the perfect quarterback for it. I mean, not even Josh Allen could get it done in the NFC Championship when they tried.
Freaking play call. They made him take a step back and run behind the left guard. That was also a problem. Joe Brady is still trying to run that play against Kansas City. He's still trying to get it to work. What were they 0 for 4 in that game on that play?
I don't know. I don't remember well enough.
We do have some breaking news.
Give it to me.
College football. So Stanford moved on from Troy Taylor as their head coach. Andrew Luck, the GM now, was the one that made the move. And so Coach Neuheisel and I were doing a show last week. We're like, okay, well, the easiest thing would be somebody that Andrew Luck's familiar with. And we were talking about Jim Caldwell, who was his coach there for the Colts. He's now an assistant in the NFL. I think he's an advisor in the NFL. We're talking about Chuck Pagano, who's now the defensive backs coach for the Ravens. Maybe he would take the job.
Yep,
well,
I heard that.
It was actually the coach that Andrew Luck was with in 2018 with the Indianapolis Colts. That was Frank Reich is going to be the interim head coach of Stanford.
Interim?
Yeah, it says interim head coach. Yeah, for this year.
Oh, wow. So Reich not maybe like, I don't know if I really want to do this full time, commit for a year.
And maybe Andrew Luck's like, hey, look, we're late in the game. I don't know who we can get. I know Frank Reich. I've been with him before. Come do it for a year. Help us out. See if you can stabilize the program. But no surprise that he went with one of his former Colts coaches. I just thought honestly, I thought Chuck Pagano would have been the guy to get the job.
Yeah, I would have thought so too.
Felt like they were together for a long time, had a lot of success, great personality. I think Chuck actually would do really well in the college game. But Frank Reich going to be the interim head coach of Stanford.
Okay. I mean, a good hire made by Luck. I mean, that's an impressive name to get. I think Stanford's success level in modern college football will just all depend on how much buy-in Andrew Luck can create, because they have so much money to pull from if they can just get people to care.
It wasn't that long ago that they actually
were awesome.
They had Heisman finalists, Toby Gerhart, Christian McCaffrey, Andrew Luck. They were a top 10 program consistently.
Yeah, Rose
and I know
Bowl all
Harbaugh
the
had
time.
them, but even after that was Shaw for a little bit. I mean,
Shaw had it going for a long time.
Yeah, at one time, I mean, there was one season that they had I think the most players on active rosters in the NFL for one season. It wasn't but there was one year where they did have that title.
I'll never forget that Stanford, I think it was the 07 game, right, where Richard Sherman catches the touchdown against USC.
As 42.5-point dogs, I believe.
Jim Harbaugh.
It's the loudest I've ever heard Tiger Stadium in a big-time play moment. And honestly, of all moments, it's still maybe top 5 from when I was playing. And it was a score announced.
We'll see. All right, when we get back, more Off the Bench. Talk some Saints next.
Off the Bench.
Hey, guys, we got a brand new official beer of OTB, and it's Dos Equis. Remember, if you want to score a big play this fall, go for Dos. Eckies. Look, it's a perfect way to, whether you want to drink beers on Friday or Thursday or Wednesday, even tonight maybe. Favorite sporting events on, you want some Dos Equis. You know, here it says, back in 1500, Moctezuma, the last leader of the Aztecs, would come to be the inspiration for the Dos Equis label design. I don't know where I'm going with this. Jakey.
Look, they're a proud sponsor of college football.
Yep.
Not my first time working with them. Glad to have them back here in the fold. We tried some tasty Dos Equis the other day.
Yep.
You're going to see us try a lot of tasty Dos Equis every single Friday. Looking forward to it. Glad to have them on board. Let's go.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Bend Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
You work hard every day to pursue a life you love. You put in the time, and it shows. You're forging ahead, chasing a dream, creating something better for the ones you love. You're building your own life. So why not build your own tractor? With John Deere tractors and attachments for almost any need, the Sunshine team can help you do just that. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Welcome back to Off the Bench, where the takes are hot and the sports talk is questionable.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. Reminding you that our friends at Cool Pro HVAC, coolprohvac.com. Explore the Pro Plan. It's only $99 the entire year, okay? None of this monthly fee crap. $99, and you're in the club. It gets you 24/7 monitoring, priority scheduling, 1 hour service windows. So you make sure that you avoid any catastrophic issues down the road. Now, you don't have to jump straight into the pro club. Just work with Cool Pro and see why the local guys are the best and why you want them on your project. And I understand how intimidating the overall price tag of like a major issue can be, but we have excellent financing options available, ready to go for you. Go to coolprohvac.com, coolprohvac.com. I know we're supposed to talk more on Saints here. I don't know if I have the passion for it.
But
Yeah, I'm waiting for the but.
Well, I know. This is where I find myself at odds with the demands of the nature of this job sometimes, like, due to the algorithm and trying to have success on YouTube and whatnot. Our Saints channel needs video and it needs content. And this is just how it works. Like, do we just have the exact same conversation about the draft that we've been having for 4 weeks now? Does anybody want to hear about maybe drafting Ashton Genty if he's theirs at 9? Or what about Tyler Warner?
You just triggered Jordan.
Maybe Teteroa McMillan.
Was that Jordan that got so upset?
Yes.
Or Mason Taylor now's on the Saints' radar. Maybe at round 2. But what if Shadur drops? Have Shadur.
So, ESPN.com did actually have a mock trade that the Saints would trade their 9th pick.
Yeah.
And then 71 overall.
Okay.
All right. So their 3rd round pick to the Dolphins to get 13 overall, 48 overall, and 155. So you give up 9 and 71. In return, you get 13, 48, and 155.
Does ESPN realize that this is Mickey Loomis we are talking about?
He ain't trading back.
Again, a man who has been doing this since for 20 years now and has never traded back a single time. Now, I don't know, Jake. I know you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but an old dog can trick you every now and then. You think Mickey Loomis has a little trick up his sleeve waiting on us?
No, it's just not. It's just not in his DNA to do that. The Dolphins would try to move up to address the line of scrimmage. That's where they need the most help. And so, if you want to get one of the top tackles, that kind of range right there, 8 through 13, is going to be probably a run. And so, if they want to get maybe the best option or the second best option and not the 4th best option, that's why the Dolphins would do it. I guess for the Saints, they would just continue to stack picks because the roster needs
you need help.
So much help.
You need help. You need to build out the bones of this roster. You need sinew and you need the skeleton to support the rest of this roster, and you just don't have it right now because for way too long of a sample size, you have not taken your full amount of picks because you trade up every single season.
So for this article, it talks about, well, if they move up, it would probably be to draft Shadur Sanders. But if they move back, here's what the opening statement says. Since the Saints' franchise-altering 2017 draft, they have mostly stayed put or moved up on draft day. A move down in the 4th round in 2023 was the first and only time they have traded down over the past 7 years. They landed C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Zach Bond with trade-ups over the past few years. So, at the very least, they've helped build a Super Bowl contender in Philadelphia.
I mean, they really have given a lot to Howie Roseman and company.
Oh, man.
Again, if the NFL was a game of Settlers of Catan, everybody would be yelling at Mickey Loomis, accusing him of being a kingmaker. It's one of the reasons why I hate playing Settlers with married couples is it can go one or two ways. Sometimes it's, like it should be. They're at each other's throat and they refuse to work together. And so it stays even. But far too often you have these married couples kind of easing each other to the top only then to try to outmaneuver one another at the very end.
Would we be okay with the Saints moving on from the 9th overall pick if they were able to get 13 and 48 back in return?
Yeah.
They would be alongside the Chicago Bears with the only other team that would have 3 picks within the top 50 picks.
Yeah, I mean, you already got a great amount of picks this draft. You
got one from Marshawn Lattimore. You got that 3rd rounder.
Yeah.
That you would have to probably trade in order to get a 1st and a 2nd.
You got some compensatory, I believe, as well. We did a segment on it a few weeks ago. But yes, if you're asking me from 9 to 13, I don't think there's a functional difference there. Like, McMillan will be there at 13, right? According to most things that I've read. I don't know, nothing's guaranteed, right?
Yeah,
but
you
I guess
never
it
know,
could be.
yeah.
Like, the point is, you can still get a starter at 13 the same way that you could at 9. Mason Graham's an interesting name that Ross Jackson brings up that we have not spoken too much on.
It's interesting for every team outside of the New Orleans Saints because you have another first-round pick and Brian Brzee on your line of scrimmage. Only thing you've done in free agency the first couple of days was attack the defensive line.
Yeah, true.
I know tackle's not in, but you give Chase Young a lot of money. I understand because Mason Graham is a dude. He is a hell of a football player. But how many resources can you continue to put on the line of scrimmage? How many first-round picks can you use on defense and offensive linemen? You have to get better in the skill positions.
It's crazy, though, because traditionally that is good roster building theory.
If you select the right people.
Yeah, doing the unsexy things and committing to the line, but they just missed way too many times. So,
go get a difference maker.
All right, Jake, you did it, dude. You actually made me interested in some more Saints draft talk. That was
Go
good
get a
job.
difference maker. If you can get a difference maker at 13 and you're able to get the 48th pick, and again, maybe it's not the Dolphins, but if you don't love somebody at 9T and there's still a wave of players, there's still 3 players that you like, Mickey, do the right thing. Your roster has holes. Your roster needs an injection of talent. Go get more picks. Go get a playmaker with your first-round pick.
Wait, here's one of the problems that, or I wanted to pick your brains on. Did you see the Tedero McMillan clip?
No.
He's eating lunch and he talks about how he hates watching football and he never watches film alone. He's like, but I don't have to. You know, we watch it in the receiver room and whatnot.
Ew.
Red flag?
Yeah. Just because T-Bob, I don't know how to say this without, you have to really love football.
Yes.
Unless you're that 1% of athlete.
Yes.
Like if you're as talented as like Quentin Jammer was like the best example of this. Like Quentin Jammer would come into the weight room, one of my all-time favorite teammates, and he'd be eating a Twizzlers and being like, y'all look good in here today, boys.
Yeah.
I'm going to catch you on the flip side.
Wow.
And he was yoked, and he ran a 4.4, and he played 12 years in the NFL at a high level. All right? That's the 1%. Everybody else is, you have to love it. It has to be your main focus. And sometimes it alters relationships you have in your life. Like, it has to be, that's the way that it is. And it's unfortunate, but if you want to play at that level, you just have to be that way. And so if I'm a GM and I hear that, I'm like, oh, man. Because you either have that or you don't.
It's funny, too. It almost looks like he's on one of those, like, Project Veritas videos. Like he went out to eat with somebody on a date that he didn't know was filming him. And he's just being a little too honest. We'll see. We'll see if that affects Tedero McMillan's stock.
Man, you got to have the iPad with you next to you. You're like, hey, I got 7 extra minutes. Let me watch 5 of film.
No, he hates it.
I know.
He hates it.
Especially a receiver in the NFL, T. You're going to see coverages you ain't never seen before.
All right, when we get back, let's go ahead and wrap up today's show with a little Ask the Bench. Keep it locked.
Off the bench.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Central Plumbing has seen everything over 50 years, guys. And so they can fix it all, right? They've seen it all. You got 24/7 emergency service, 24/7 emergency service, flat rate pricing, excellent warranty coverage once the work is done. So if you have anything go wrong with your plumbing, don't think twice. Hit up Central Plumbing, and they'll be out of your home immediately. Get your right massive fleet on standby, ready to go. What about like a bathroom remodel? Maybe you want to go to something like a tankless water heater. They got you. Go to centralplumbing.org today.
Go to the website, see what they can do for you in the remodel game. We talk about it very often because it is factual. No matter what you're looking to get done, big or small, they can get you, right? If it's at your home, if it's at your business, they've got you. If you want to go tankless with a tankless water, never run out of hot water again, they can do it all over at Central Plumbing, centralplumbing.org.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. and backed by the one-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website, LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans.
Welcome to the 7th ranked morning sports show in America. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Hope everybody's having a good day today. Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Curse Light, Vizzy Hard Seltzer, and Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Sweet. Ask the Bench. Alondra, are you happy that Shores had some good innings to help quiet the, quote, Cowan should be the Sunday starter crowd?
Yeah, I mean, it's just not going to happen, so stop saying it.
I think
so. Quit asking, all right?
So
I
quit
think
asking.
in terms of wins and losses, you probably get worse as a team.
Yeah.
If you flip them.
Also, like, we were talking about
because
this.
of the relative weakness of the bullpen right now and the value that Cowan brings there.
Absolutely, and we were talking about this on Friday. Jay likes to keep one of his best arms in the pen, coming out the pen. He did it with Griffin Herring.
Again, it's going to be like a tightrope, but if you can get 2 games basically out of those 4 pitchers, that's what you have to do until somebody else shows you out of the bullpen that they can throw strikes, get outs.
Yeah.
And Chase Shores as well is going to get better as the season goes on.
Yeah, and Jay, Jay takes these bets on guys that he believes in. Ask the Bench. Can you tell Steve, what's your thoughts on the name of the new restaurant in Lafayette called Whiskey and Vine? Seems like they ripped off Whiskey and Vine.
Wow.
I don't think they're ripped off. It just sounds funny to me because I say whiskey and wine so much that it just sounds like I'm saying it with a German accent.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Whiskey and wine.
Whiskey and wine.
Let's go to some whiskey and wine for us. Oh, to be so good. I guess some drinkies. Ask the bench, should I order Panda Express, McDonald's, or Taco Bell?
Panda.
Wow.
Their honey sesame chicken is so good.
So good.
Incredible.
Do y'all do like
their
half and
walnut
half?
shrimp are good too.
Well, maturing too is realizing, I'm just going to go with a bowl.
Yeah, I get a bowl, but do you do like
I
half
used to get,
noodle,
like,
half fried
freaking
rice?
double
I get
double side.
the 2 entree with the side.
Again,
yeah.
eventually, yes. Eventually, though, I think you get older, you get fatter, and you're like, you know what? Just the bowl. It's a sad time, actually. Hashtag Ask the Bench. How long till LSU men's basketball makes it back to March Madness?
It's gonna be a minute.
Okay, I don't know.
It's
in
gonna be a
theory, it should only be a year, right? You saw Will Wade's opening press conference at NC State, and he was like, "Let's be
should have
clear."
been
He was like, "We're
in
going
it."
to be in the tournament next year. We're going to be at the top of the ACC. This is not a rebuild.
Yeah.
We gonna kick it."
I mean, that makes
Said the
sense.
same thing with
They're a
McNeese.
year away from. I mean, that's a team that's a year away
He
from
did
Final
say the
Four
same
run.
thing at McNeese, and
He said it at
Did
LSU
it.
too.
yeah. Ask the bench, would you have a better chance of getting one swing and miss strike versus Aaron Judge on 30 pitches, or put one play batting versus Skeens out of 50 pitches?
I mean, I don't think I could make it over the plate.
I think Aaron Judge. I'm not touching Paul Skeens.
No.
T-Bob. Well,
I can't, bro. My shoulder's done. I can't throw a
you
ball.
and
I'd have to
did.
swing.
You and I did go against a 95-mile-an-hour pitching
Yeah.
machine and made contact.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Now,
go.
It was,
Not to brag.
It was straight, but
Not to brag.
I still think I could throw an Ephus pitch maybe, and Aaron Judge would just maybe miss it.
So that's
you
the
know?
thing. I'm going Judge. Maybe I throw it so slow that he swings so far ahead of
'cause
it, and
he's
I
used
get
to
lucky.
seeing
'Cause
98.
he's used to
Yeah.
seeing 90, and I'm throwing a meatball across
I just
the plate.
can't even. I literally can't throw, so I guess I got to try to.
Well,
hit
so
Skeens.
it would be Judge then because the ball wouldn't even, for me, the ball wouldn't even make it to the plate.
Yeah, did they say it
So-
had to be a strike?
Right.
No, it had to be a strike.
Well, there you go.
What are you gonna do? Get him a chase?
Hit it with a
You should-
slider.
I mean, what you're gonna get Aaron Judge to swing at something outside the zone?
Yeah.
I don't-
No.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm just gonna
dude.
hope I
Has he
reach
got
the
plate
strike zone and he
discipline?
misses.
I don't
He's
think
gonna go
so.
slider, high cheese.
Ask the bench. Would you flip Ianson and Anderson?
No, I mean,
we're being way
No.
too
No,
reactive
I'd
here.
leave it.
They just swept, guys.
Hashtag ask the bench.
Saturday was,
Yeah, exactly.
or Friday was one of the best baseball games that I've ever seen.
It's good. The comeback on Thursday was incredible.
Yeah.
I did not see Chase George get smoked in the face. I missed this. Ask the bench. You guys going to any of the remaining home Zydeco games?
I actually probably am.
I don't think so.
No.
Sorry,
I
guys.
think I have to go next Friday.
I'm sorry.
Only
But-
going to LSU baseball games. Not Zydeco games, though. Sorry.
Anyway, guys,
Rooting
we
for 'em.
love
Go
you. Great Monday show today. We'll be back tomorrow, and we look forward to seeing you all then. More Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
Go to yourgoodwood.com. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com. That is the website. And look, Goodwood is the place if you want to achieve your max potential here in 2025. We are no longer settling for mediocrity, men. If you're suffering from ED, low T, bald D, any of it, we have treatment options available. Maybe just like aging in general, right? The bottom line is you go into Goodwood, you get a consultation, you get your labs drawn, figure out what your body needs, and then customize a plan for you. So do not go quietly into that good night. Rage against the dying of the light with Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness.
Yeah, go to the website today. Take a look at what they can do for you. I mean, there's multiple things, and maybe you have something going on, but you can't quite put your finger on it. Well, they can over at Goodwood. Get the consultation all set up on their website. That is yourgoodwood.com. 225-4GD Wood. Yourgoodwood.com.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.